Yeah, no.
Spoken like a true man.
Then we were starting to teach them how. I'm starting to get that accent.
We're
Ah,
investigating a shipwreck for
yep,
money.
yep. We're teaching them about money to buy food, and then now we're investigating shipwrecks for money.
And when this fails,
Alright,
we're gonna train them
so
to become pirates.
painting the picture, you guys have basically arrived not just at a shipwreck, it's more of a ship graveyard. There's quite a few ships here. Not necessarily sure why, and of course the Sahuagin can't really tell you. You don't know what the fuck they say anyways.
I'm sure it's fine.
Water breathing does not let us speak underwater, correct?
Correct.
It lets you use vocal spells, though, if I recall.
Does?
Some people can't use vocal spells.
Stab him cannot use vocal spells.
Does Stab him even have vocal spells?
Nope.
Stab him, quick, say witchcraft, go fly. Wait, what?
You don't need wings to fly underwater.
It doesn't say anything about keeping vocal components of spells. Just says that they retain their normal mode of respiration.
Anyway, so the fish people brought us to the shipwreck.
Yes, because you guys specifically wanted to help them look for something, I guess. It was a bit unclear, but the gist of it was that you guys wanted to be out of the city to look for something for the Sahuagin.
I think it was for money in order for them to buy food, because we were trying to teach them how money worked so that they could buy food so they didn't starve.
Okay,
Because
so
the potatoes weren't gonna work.
yeah, because apparently it's hard to grow potatoes when it's nothing but salt water.
You told me they were strict carnivores.
And no sunlight.
They do have some pretty extremely sharp teeth. The whole potato thing probably won't work for them, but they're trying.
They could trade it for food.
Yes, for people that are just now being taught the value of money through stab 'em.
It's a perfect plan.
What could possibly go wrong?
Oh my god. We didn't think this through.
Yeah, but we're along for the ride, so no
But
point
yeah,
in going back now.
you're all in the water under the effects of water breathing. Stab 'em may or may not be. I can't remember if he actually accepted a water breathing from them or not.
Stabin was not offered one.
Okay, so Stabum's timer might be a little bit shorter than the rest of the parties.
He's got an hour. Well, if we're
Well, it's a good thing that you guys were very swiftly led here. If I recall, Sasha and Alfir, 2 and Alfir specifically being like escorted by the larger brutes of Sahagin that were among the party.
so
Reed, if they were carrying you underwater, they were basically carrying you underwater.
it is appreciated. Since
So we checking out these shipwrecks?
yeah, let's check them out. So probably go to whichever one's closest and
We
as
say in hand motions.
So you like point to your eyes, point to the ship that's closest to you, point your eyes again, and like point to it and just like wave across that whole ship or whatnot. That's what's going on.
Yeah, this has been a well-practiced communication form.
Yeah.
Yeah.
we're experienced adventurers, we know these hand signs. We probably don't know these hand signs.
Why don't you perception checks and insight checks?
Start off with
Perception is
we're
ooh,
rolling
nat
one
20.
of each, is that what you're saying?
So my perception is 28, nat 20.
My
right.
perception's an 8.
Insight is 17 plus 8, 25.
So, I'm gonna be honest with you, Miser. I probably very clearly see what they're doing and have zero understanding.
8 for
I
perception,
rolled
6 for insight.
20 perception, and oh, my insight's better than I thought. 10 for insight.
28, 25.
I rolled a
Stab
4.
him. So overall, you were able to get Alfir's meaning towards what Alfir was wanting to do. Alfir, you very quickly devolved from wanting to explore the ships, though, to you're fucking wet and you're a cat, and you hate it. You hate life right now, and it sucks.
Life does suck right now.
Sasha, too. Well, you do see all of these hand sign symbol thingy with blah blah something's going on. You don't know what the hell they're trying to actually say.
I would like to try to spot the potato.
You'd like to what?
Try to spot the potato.
To spot the potato? Give me another perception.
4.
4.
I don't think I spot the potato.
You see, even under the water, dark shadows flitting from ship to ship. You do not see a potato.
Do I notice
Shadows.
these shadows?
Passively, you do not see any shadows flitting from ship to ship.
Cool.
I would like to launch an Eldritch Blast at a shadow.
Give me an attack roll.
Not ending well. 13.
So you launch an Eldritch Blast, and if I recall, it's just force damage, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And the shipwreck that you launched it at now has a new hole just penetrated throughout the entirety
Sorry,
of
I
the
just
ship.
realized there's 2 lances. The second's a natural 1.
So one of them, you only said one. You don't need to launch 2 every single time, unless you were actually wanting to specifically launch 2.
I just assume that if I cast Eldritch Blast, 2 lances go. Based on the level.
No, it's not always launched at the full power you need to launch it at.
Fair enough. Oh well, 2 were launched and the second's a natural 1.
Okay, give me a percentile, please.
Oh fuck. Guys, I'm sorry if I got us killed with the sergeant. 10. Oh wait,
Suck.
hang on. I need the other half of the percentile. 60.
Okay, 10 and 60 are 2 very different numbers.
Well,
I
if you got
rolled
a
a
0
10
on
on
the
the
one.
first die, or I rolled 00 on the first die, and then 60 on the second one. So 60, right?
You need a 1 through 10 and a 00
Right.
through the
Well,
other one.
It's the same die, kid.
No, they're 2 different D10 dice.
Yeah.
Okay, so 00 and a 6, so 6, I guess.
Yes.
6%.
Yeah.
Okay, roll me some Eldritch Blast force damage.
For both lances or one lance?
Just the one lance. The other lance very clearly shot through the ship, and there is now just a hole and some very small debris falling from that part of the ship.
7 plus 5 is 12.
Okay, Sasha, you take 12 points of damage as one of your Eldritch Blasts decided to apparently backfire on you.
Backfire. Okay. Good news,
Better
guys.
than the
I didn't
alternative.
sergeant.
Since I saw her shooting at herself in the ship, can I look closer at the ship to see if I see anything?
She didn't actually shoot at herself. The spell
Oh.
literally exploded on her fingertip, at like just right there.
Casting underwater is tricky.
Like one of those fingers was not just pointed back in her direction, going, "Yeah, this is a great target."
Okay, since I saw one of them go towards the ship, can I look and see what she might have been shooting at?
Sure, I guess.
Hey, that's better. Would that be perception, I'm assuming?
Mm-hmm.
25.
Just normal sunken ship.
What are the Sahagin doing right now?
Looking at 2 very curiously.
Since I don't see anything, I give Sasha a curious look as well.
I point frantically, like trying to motion that there's things down there.
2, when you go to look at what you tried to shoot at again, you don't actually see anything. Must have been your trick of your imagination.
Fucking ghosts.
Alright, I will lead the way onto the ship.
I shall follow. As best as I can.
I'm going to follow at the back of the pack.
Are the Sahagin
Very
coming, or are they
hesitant.
just chilling outside?
The Sahagin have sort of dispersed around the area. A few of them have stuck with you, but a lot of them have dispersed. It seems to actually be something natural for them. Not that they're necessarily scavengers, but something is up here where like they just know what they're doing, really. So
Ah, they're familiar with salvage.
give me a perception check there too.
Me?
Yes.
Not junk. I rolled a 2 and a 19. Thank God. 27.
So it's not that they're familiar with salvage. It seems more so like the Sahagin are just naturally able to move around here, just from just really knowing this area well enough after you watch them a little bit as you're swimming towards the ship you're going towards.
Huh. Alright.
Shit, we can't speak.
I can't even use the message chips because that requires whispering.
It's not telekinetic?
Messages, you have to speak.
Oh.
Blub 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 blub.
I would like to cast Prestidigitation for the smell of a fart around both of my companions.
I would like to rage.
So does that have a vocal component to it?
Yeah, but Advanced Warcaster. I don't need to use the vocal component.
That's fine. And then the other part,
Can you
so the
smell
spell goes
underwater?
off.
It's a good question. I don't know how smells work.
That's why I play fighter.
The spell goes off, but one party member is holding their breath, and the other party member, still breathing normally, doesn't actually breathe the water in. It seems like there's just some magical semblance that's letting him be able to breathe, and neither of them pick up on any sort of fart smells that you might have passed on as you guys make it to the ship.
Okay.
And being in the ship, Stabum, again, you see a couple more of the Sahagin that were escorting you kind of disperse from the group and swim off to do their own thing. Again, it looks very natural for them. And what is all of your passive perceptions?
Give me a sec.
16.
Baby needs a pacifier.
Passive perception is 12. I would also like to use Prestidigitation to worm 1 foot of cubic water around Alfir.
Around his crotch area, or just
Yeah, that works.
Alfir, for the briefest of moments, the water around your crotch seems to have warmed up, and then
It
it
lasts for an
seems
hour.
then it seems normal again to the rest of the temperature of the ocean around that is much larger than 1 cubic foot of water.
That's fair.
My passive is 23.
So Alfir and Stabum both catch this actually, as when you guys do finally all make it inside the ship, one of the Sahagin that dispersed to basically the other side from where you had entered the ship, and from kind of a darker, obviously no light is here, from a darker crevice of said sunken ship, a reef shark pops out, charging at that Sahagin at full speed.
Eldritch Blast. Oh wait, I don't see it.
I'm gonna stab the reef shark.
I'm gonna attempt to shoot it because I've never shot a bow underwater and I have no idea how it's gonna work.
It is not. Unless you're using magic arrows.
Alfir doesn't know this.
So as Stabum goes to ready his weapon and Alfir goes to try to figure out how to shoot underwater, the reef shark kind of tackles the Sahagin, but at the same time, the Sahagin wraps the reef shark up in a hug as the reef shark is now barreling towards you guys, having been dodged by the Sahagin, or what could have been a dodge. Actually, seems more like the Sahagin is just wrapping the reef shark in a hug and is now holding on to one of its fins and giving it scratches on its side next to its gills.
Oh god, he's killing the reef shark.
Like pet scratches or attack scratches?
Give me a perception check.
28, nat 20. Holy shit, we're on a roll tonight.
Definitely just pet scratches.
Oh, okay, I'm gonna lower my weapon.
Alfred, who did not give a perception check, give me an attack roll.
Uh, 23.
Okay. With disadvantage, please.
That's even better.
Ba-ba-ba-bum.
23 is the low.
Alright. So you somehow figure out how to maybe angle this and get everything going proportionately to hopefully fling an arrow out of your bow. What you don't necessarily account for is that the arrow itself is not flying through air anymore. And as soon as you the bow, the arrow, the knocked arrow leaves the bow pretty much, it zings off just harmlessly, almost down, and thunks into the boat.
I will indicate to him to stay his weapon and go and pet the shark. I'm gonna offer the shark an apple.
After that, I'll probably just look at the bow and kind of sad.
Does the shark take my apple?
That's a good question. Give me an animal handling check as you go to approach the Sahagin and shark.
Alright, we're gonna use the good d20 because it's given me 2 nat 20s so far tonight. 17, that's good, plus animal handling, 4, so 21.
Okay, so good news.
I don't lose my hand.
You don't lose your hand.
Bad news.
The not good news is that it doesn't actually take the apple because the apple is not its kind of food.
Oh.
Miser, I have a question. How dark is it down here?
It's
Depends
pretty
on how many
freaking
ships
dark.
you
Alright. I would like to summon the lightsaber and then turn it on as a source of light at its max brightness setting.
Is that gonna heat up the
Okay.
water?
So
I
you
don't
summon the
know.
lightsaber, and you turn it on at its maximum setting. And you are obscured in a boiling mist of water now.
Ah! I would like to cast Prestidigitation to cool the water around me.
To do what?
To cool 1 cubic foot of water around me.
It's a bad idea.
As much as you keep trying to cast Prestidigitation to cool the water, it does not work as fast as your lightsaber heats it at this point.
Alright, I'll turn it off.
All the bubbles fade and you are able to be seen again.
Guys, it doesn't work.
Guess I'll start looking around the ship, see if I can find anything. Anything that looks
Give me an
valuable, I guess.
investigation.
Uh, 19.
So this one's actually pretty easy. It actually doesn't take you very long to explore this one ship in particular. For what was the quarters where people would have, basically placed their belongings or anything like that. So while you don't find much, you do find some semblance of whoever used the ship last. A few of their skeletons, as well as what would look like around 14 gold total over the course of searching through all of the quarters.
Are any of the skulls intact?
Are any of the skulls intact? Well, I guess give me a investigation check as well.
Okay.
Specifically to see if
14
skulls are intact.
plus 14 plus 3.
14 plus 3?
Yes.
It looks like they're kind of potentially on their last legs for being quote unquote intact. Like there's absolutely some sort of algae type substance kind of clung to them at this point, and it doesn't look like they're very sturdy. So intact might be a word for it, but touching them might collapse the entire skeleton.
Oh, I guess I'll have to get a skull somewhere else. Oh well. We will add the 14 gold to the Sahagin party loot.
Yeah, I'd come back and show the 14 gold that I found to everybody.
Does this everyone include the Sahagin?
I'd probably head back to... Well, I guess we're getting it for them, so I'd probably just go back to where everybody was congregated and...
Unless we find any magical shit, then any of the monies is for the Sahagin in order to fund food.
Stab them. It's at this point that you kind of realize that you're coming across a problem of running out of your own held breath.
Oh. Are any of the priests here that were doing that magic breath thing?
Because the Sahagin travel basically as one, yes, they are here, but you don't know where here. They were among the group that had dispersed among the many other ships.
Okay. Well, I need a healer. Can I look around for one of them? Otherwise, I'm gonna have to head back to the city.
You can try.
Alright.
Give me an investigation check to hunt down a healer.
Ooh, nope. 7 plus 4, 11.
Okay. So you've searched through a couple of the ships, and basically you're on a short leash at this point. So you couldn't really venture out too far to try to search for them, which means you couldn't get as far as they might have gone themselves at this point. You are basically on your last ropes before you just absolutely need to head back, or you need to basically risk drowning yourself to try to actually find them.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna motion to Alfir, point at my mouth, and then point back at the city, and then wave goodbye.
Alfir, investigation check. I'm sorry, not investigation, insight.
12.
Stabum's abandoning you.
Stabum's hungry and he wants to go get something to eat.
Thought he had apples. So confused.
He begins swimming back towards the city.
Yeah, if he's certain to swim back towards the city, I'd probably try and wave to Sasha and point to stab him swimming away.
Sasha, insight check.
16.
Okay, you're actually able to understand what Alfir meant by that, by his all of his hand waving and stuff.
Well, Stabum's heading back to the city. That's cool.
This is the worst game of telephone.
Stabum's hungry. Shit, should have brought a snack.
Stabum, as you make your way a bit back towards the city, one of the Sahagin comes up to you. It's one of the brutes, and he kind of motions for you, basically as you had noticed before with Alfir and 2 with how they got here. It might be faster if you grab down to him, but you already swim pretty decently well on your own anyways, so he's offering if you want it, but he doesn't actually have a faster swim speed than you anyways. It's basically the same, I'm pretty sure.
Was he pointing towards the city or was he pointing towards the ships?
He saw you heading back and he was gonna try to escort you back to the city faster, but I think you guys have the same swim speed. I don't actually know offhand. I can check that. What is your swim speed?
40? I think it's 40.
Oh, nope, he has a 10 faster swim speed.
Alright, I will swim with him.
Okay. And he assists you in getting back. There is only one other Sahagin Baron at this point that could help the other 2 of you if both of you want to return as well.
I'm probably gonna assume that the Admiral has things covered, and I wanna dig deeper into this ship. Mostly looking for what actually sunk it.
Well, because you are specifically looking for what sunk it, give me an investigation check towards that goal.
In before Kraken. If there's a Kraken GTFO.
10.
And before Kraken, it must have been a Kraken.
It's a little eerie for me that all these ships here spot. What's the name of the ship that I'm exploring?
Unsinkable.
The Titanic.
So, give me another investigation check.
17.
So you go around to I think it's the prow of the ship or wherever that would be, where the names are usually emblazoned or etched in whatever way to name a ship. And the wood has been rotted away enough to where all you see is a couple letters that say A, L, and Z, and not specifically next to each other to form any semblance of a word you could recognize.
The Alcatraz.
And does the size indicate that it's shipping or like
Say
what
it again?
type of ship is it?
Oh, this was
Passenger
definitely a
warship.
passenger ship.
Passenger ship. Okay.
Not the Alcatraz, unless it was its passengers were prisoners.
It could have been a prisoner ship.
Yeah. Can I try to make my way to the captain's quarters?
Sure. You've investigated pretty thoroughly over the ship by now that it's actually becoming second nature to kind of swim around it to figure out what is what, and you make your way to the captain's quarters pretty easily. So the captain's quarters is quote unquote locked.
Eldritch Blast to the door.
I was about to say Eldritch Blast doesn't care about locks. Eldritch Blast doesn't care about doors.
The wood is already so rotted that while your attempt at Eldritch Blasting to basically hit the entire door off really only makes punctures in the door about the size of an Eldritch Blast spell.
Alright.
So now there are 2 holes in the door the size of Eldritch Blast.
But now you can reach
Can I reach my
inside.
arm through and unlock the door?
So you reach your arm through and you go to open the door. What the fuck is happening on that screen? What? Why'd you black out, screen? What the hell are you doing? You reach through to grab the door handle on the other side, and you go to basically open the door in, and the entire door just kind of crumbles around you from the 2 shocks that it just took from the Eldritch Blast.
Success. Alright, like to enter the captain's quarters.
You are now inside the captain's quarters. It is kind of basically a smallish place. There's like a hammock sort of set up where you would assume that the captain slept, but that you only really see the hooks of the hammock. The rope itself has already been well since rotted away. You see a desk, and in true captain fashion, you see a captain sitting on a chair, looking at you with open sockets of eyes through the skeletal skull that is currently sitting there and occupying the chair.
It's One-Eyed Willie.
Does he have a tricorn?
I was about to ask the same thing.
He does not have a tricorn. He actually has one of those more billowy hats that like it signifies that he was actually like more posh and whatnot.
Alright. I would like to grab the hat.
Okay.
The hat.
It's very disgusting feeling because it's been here a while.
I would like to prestidigitation the hat to clean it up.
Is that a cantrip?
Okay.
Yes, it is.
Oh my god.
You clean up the hat as best you can with prestidigitation. You can't really fix the already rotted away feather that was there or
Right.
any of the holes or whatnot. I don't
This
know if you have
isn't
mending
mending.
to be able to fix it.
Nope. I would like to wear the hat and then try to ransack the captain's quarters.
Give me an investigation check.
Uh, 17.
So you ransack the captain's quarters for basically 10 gold and weirdly enough, a captain's log.
Oh, still intact?
It seems like you found this in a pack, and this pack still actually seems to be intact as well, which is
Waterproof.
weird because it's been down here so long. But yes, the pack itself is waterproof, and this captain's log, you have let water into it now, and you're rummaging through things, but it could probably hold out until you make it back to the town or city or whatever.
Yeah, close it up nice and tight again. Stow it.
It's too late. The water's already
Shh.
It's okay, now the water won't get wet.
in.
Alright. I'll head outside. I'll hand the 10 gold to Alfir.
Okay.
And who I'm assuming has the rest of the party fund. And I give him the fancy hat as well.
Alfred, you are handed a fancy hat.
Alfred puts the fancy hat on.
It seems like it's sort of hard to fit around your ears.
It was not made with tabaxi in mind.
It's okay, it has extra holes, I'm sure it works.
Take out my dagger and cut ear holes.
I'm gonna actually motion to Alfir that we should probably head back to the city and actually think this plan through.
As you are doing the motion, let me see if some Sahagin can also play whatever
Charades?
this weird game of charades is.
Should
So
I
the
be rolling
Sahagin
as well?
found gold as well?
You don't know, you are already gone.
I be rolling
Still
persuasion?
looks like no.
Okay.
Still looks like the Sahagin have basically just kind of dispersed around the place because it may or may not have been as you two are noticing more and more with the searching that was going on. Well, Alfred, because Alfred didn't actually go inside any captain's quarters or anything. The Sahagin are moving more naturally here because they actually used to live here. That is also why, Alfred, you are specifically just seeing more sharks kind of swimming around too.
They're like cows.
And two, those shadowy silhouettes that you were seeing were absolutely actual things. They were those sharks. You just were a bit paranoid about them at the moment.
Oh. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna
Alright.
motion Alfir, we should head back to the city.
Okay.
Alfred will very much like to get out of the water.
One of the brutes. Actually, wait. They actually have stat lines. Let me check this out. Nope, none of those Sahagin really react to your hand symbols.
Well, we'll start swimming back in the direction.
Okay.
Very slowly.
Although, much like with the last Baron that had noticed Stabum swimming off, a Baron did notice you guys swimming off, and he also comes up to you and points at both. Kind of similar deal as to how they helped you swim out here to begin with, and he basically asking if you want the speed swimming back as well.
I'm gonna emphatically shake my head yes.
Shake head, yes, yes.
Right, and you two are also sped towards the city again. Stabum, you actually arrive first. You and the Sahagin Baron burst through the ceiling bubble, basically, to the landing of the city.
Nice. I would make a show of taking a deep breath.
And yes, you can now breathe again.
Be right back. Looks like my food just got here.
Alfred is holding onto the hat so it doesn't get swept off in the water.
Are you saying your ears wouldn't anchor it in well enough alone?
I don't know. Not taking any chances.
I see.
Now that I'm back and I've taken my breath, I'll give him a thumbs up and start heading back the way we came.
When you give him a thumbs up, he gives you a similar gesture, kinda. He's kind of looking at you confused, like, but he goes to follow you.
Cool. Yeah, we're gonna head back to the ships.
All right. As you go to head back towards the ships, he's about ready to swim off, bursting back towards the ships. As you see Alfir and 2 coming your way.
With the rest of the Sahagin?
Nope, just another Baron.
Okay.
Well, this is awkward.
I will wave to them as we go by.
Back. Sorry.
And I'll again point at my mouth and then make a choking motion with my hands.
Insight check 2 and Alfir.
What am I insight checking?
That's a 5. I should stop rolling this dice.
19.
Two understands, but Alfir doesn't. What a world to live in.
2
Alfred.
actually has decent insight.
Alfir probably assumes that you choked on your food.
Alfir, you actually believe that he is drowning.
Get a panicked look and start pointing over his way.
2, you know that he had to come back for air at this point and not for food?
Yep. Just going to give a couple claps on the back and call it good.
Alright, and 2 and Alfir, you now make your way inside the city, bursting through that little bubble pocket onto the Aquarin landing zone.
Wait, wasn't Stabum drowning? Or we need to go
No.
back.
Stabum's fine. Don't worry about it. What's more important, he'll be back when he's hungry. Don't worry. I did find this, captain's quarters, and I'm now gonna pull out the captain's log.
The soggy captain's log.
You
The
pull
soggy
out the soggy captain's log from the waterproof bag that is also very good at retaining water.
Yeah. Would like to read the captain.
As you read through the captain's log, you don't really catch anything of interest, basically just the comings and goings of picking up passengers from that dock, a dock in Golud, and the dock at Calvis, basically. So pretty much has a travel route between Linder, Golud, and Calvis.
Shit. I'm starting to get the feeling there isn't anything of value in there.
And towards the last bit of entries towards it, you do catch some writing scrawled on there of what could have potentially been the cause for the ship being sunk. And that is that more commonly than not, there is always a thunderstorm in a very specific area between Linderk and Calvis. And it always makes the waves and everything, they're very violent and always just has a very bad effect on ships trying to go through it.
Witchcraft.
Unfortunately, his ship had to go through it to make time for one of his deliveries of passengers to basically just, remain on time for their stuff.
Starting to think that a lot of people have made this exception, and it's been very bad.
It's the Bermuda Triangle.
The Bermuda line.
So, I'm getting the feeling a lot of that place was picked clean already. Meager bits of gold here and there. I don't know if that's enough for them to survive for very long in Aquarin.
24 gold is a lot of food. Considering we were buying fish for copper.
Yeah, but how many of them are there?
You're not there, stab him.
I think there were like 2 dozen, weren't there?
Yeah, but it might buy them some time until they're able to actually communicate with Stabin's family and then come up with a more
With the turtles.
with the turtles.
But
With
we're gonna
Stabin's
have to
family.
somehow convince them that pulling together 20 gold at a time is gonna be profitable to their survival. We can't even read each other's hand signal.
Speak for yourself.
Still not there.
Speak for Alf here.
Yeah. Not sure. Maybe there's something more on one of the other ships.
Be right back real
were
quick. Get a drink.
there were a lot of ships down there.
Yeah, but we have this small thing where Stabum needs to come and go repeatedly, and I have no clue how long the spell lasts, and I don't want to be caught out there without being able to read.
And it's kind of hard to ask them how long it would last. If they even know how long it would actually last.
Yeah. So what are our honest options here?
Um, it's either
I have
Go
my drink now. I'm happy.
go back out and investigate some more. Maybe
Monster
we'll
pacifier. Sec.
get extremely lucky and find something that can help with the communication thing, or
Or we can explore those shipwrecks for a week and not get anywhere.
yeah. And since the two of them went back up to the boats, don't want to leave them up there on their own too long.
I mean, Stabum will be back. He has to breathe eventually.
You can't prove that.
And since we're underwater, probably can't tell how late it is either.
I think we need to talk to your sister and figure out a more reasonable plan.
Yeah. I think she said she went back to the mayor's house.
Sounded
City
like
Hall?
Stabum's cousin was willing to let them in if he could just speak to them. There's gotta be a spell somewhere. Where'd our wizard go?
I don't know.
Mexico.
You
Oh,
there
yeah,
when
about that. I convey to Alfir what happened to, Sahami. And then Nameless sort of came out and kidnapped her. So, yeah.
uh is that normal for
Never
Part-
happened before.
It has never not happened before either, though.
Granted, this current situation is very new to me. But no one
Now
has
that
ever...
you're talking about it and thinking about it, you actually realize that it's usually at the back of your mind anyway, so it's not really something you ever really think of or take much notice of because they're all there all the time usually. But they're not all there this time. There's only one other presence you can actually feel.
present.
Yeah, you know that all those presences are usually there, and you are commonly speaking to yourself a lot of the time. Well, it's only one presence now, and it's only two. Two is the only other presence that you have around you at this point.
You know, it's weirdly quiet right now.
does being underwater shouldn't affect that, does it?
Probably not. Maybe it does. I don't really know. I didn't study this shit.
I mean, you would know a lot more about it than I would. This is new to me too.
The person who would really know a lot about this, unfortunately, isn't here.
Wait, Iselle would know more about this? That seems weird.
She's a wizard, ain't she?
Witch knows many things.
But she would know more about Legion.
Not Legion, just magic in general.
Hmm. That's a fair point.
Not at all, because your magically inclined warlock only knows magic through the extent of being here again.
I'm a very good copycat.
The
Not so
same
good on the
magically
theory.
inclined warlock that could absolutely no comprehend languages.
Doesn't.
Absolutely doesn't. Has no clue what the fuck that is.
Nope, don't even know it exists.
She knows it exists. She just doesn't, because that's what
No, Sasha doesn't know it exists.
they were asking for that. Or were you not in the room when?
I don't think I was. I was set to go chase down Sahajin.
Yeah. I guess let's go find out where Aaron Durer went and see if we can come up with an idea. Because this will probably help them in the short term, but long term, yeah, there's probably not enough left on those ships to sustain them for very long.
They only need to be sustained until we kill the demon.
Fair, given the amount that I've used Armor of Agathis, I should probably trade it out for comprehend languages.
Alright.
How do warlocks prepare their spells?
You choose a level, and you can replace one every time you level up with a different one.
Oof. So you take comprehend languages just to understand when Iris wants to talk shit?
That's actually not a bad reason to take it, honestly.
I mean, really, right now I have Armor of Agathis, and I don't think I've cast that once.
I know it's a warlock spell. I've never heard you ever cast it, ever.
Well, I think she went back to the city hall place, so guess we can
Instead
start
of
looking
trying to
there.
Socks got out there to me.
I said instead I'm trying to summon lesser demons for a while.
With
feel
your own
like-
blood.
I feel like Sasha just wants to make even more pacts.
Hang on, I'm finding my cat for a plastic bag.
Those sentences shouldn't, or those words should not be in the same sentence.
But my food got delivered in, and then the cat got curious. And
So
now
you guys
she's
are
mad at
heading
me and
towards.
walking away with a card that I had on my desk.
Was it a good card?
I don't know, actually. I'll find out later. When she drops. It's a clubs. That's a 7 of clubs.
Oh, an actual
shit.
playing card from a deck
Hold
of
up.
cards.
Do not chew on the electrical cord of the air unit.
Don't tell me what to do.
Alright, we're good. She's
Stab
done
him, you
being-
make your way back out there. What do you actually plan on doing?
Are there any clerics nearby again?
Considering you have a lot more time to search this time around for them, you do inevitably end up finding one. They're
Alright,
actually towards kind of the furthest back of the ships that are in this graveyard of ships.
Interesting. I will motion one of them over and charade out that, hey, can you cast the thing on me?
Ooh, okay, hold on.
I believe in them.
I'll be right back.
I'm gonna assist them to
That's
give them
a
advantage.
that's a base 3.
I'm gonna assist them to give them advantage.
I don't think you can assist them to give them advantage on a roll you're making them make.
You can't prove
Okay.
that.
Oh, I could have just done this. Huh, cool. Same as what I rolled anyways. So one of them does not understand. The other one seems like she is getting the idea. And she knows you want her to cast a spell. She just can't really determine which one it is.
Is the brute still with me? He knows. The Baron?
The Baron is not with you at this point. When you were escorted back, he went about his own business again.
Alright, I will mime a choking motion and then pretend to be dead. And then stand back up.
Okay, this is
This is
Uh,
the
Starts to
best
go
game of
very
charades ever.
poorly for you, Kit.
for the one that actually knows what's going on. Oh, okay. What spells do they have?
It thinks it wants you to kill it. To kill him, you.
Maybe it just thinks I'm into autoerotic asphyxiation. I have to give her the pass fair be sec.
Honestly, we're playing with forces we shouldn't be.
Okay, so how dead am I?
Give me a wisdom check.
Ooh, I'm good at those. 17. Thank you, racial bonus.
You do resist a spell that was cast at you. It wasn't necessarily intended to be casted at you harmfully, but at the same time, the understanding of the Sahagin, you could tell that the spell cast on you was not water breathing.
I'm gonna shake my head and mime out. I'm gonna point to my mouth and then point to my lungs. And then kind of just shrug at all the water.
Shrug at all the water. Okay, we'll try this again. All right. This goes on for a couple more minutes back and forth between you and the priestess, and inevitably you do finally get water breathing casted on you.
I will give him a thumbs up. Hang on, she's fussing.
They know what a thumbs up is, clearly.
They don't. That's why the other one. That's why the Baron just followed him. That's what the Baron interpreted it as.
At least they know what nodding your head yes means. I hope.
Okay, so I have water breathing now. That's a vast improvement over a few minutes ago. Hello?
Hello.
Heard you.
Hello. I will check out the ship that they are checking out.
The Alcatraz.
So it's not that the priestesses were checking out the ship, as you are checking out the ship yourself, though. Give me your perception.
Garbage. 9 plus 8, 17.
You notice that the Sahagin have been making many of these ships their abodes, and they actually have lived here before, so it's kind of like they're just returning home for a while. Like,
Huh.
And what you do notice from looking at these ships, or from at their abodes, as it were, even more, is that this was also a temporary thing for them. Most of the stuff they have set up is very temporary looking, like something they can abandon on a whim. And as you look even more, you notice that part of why they have been living like this and abandoning it on a whim is because there are also signs of a fight that had gone on here, because you see some corpses behind the priests that are they're covered, but what you do see of what is not covered seems very Sahagin in form.
I will point at the corpse questioningly.
The priest, she just looks at you and looks at the corpse and looks back at you and shrugs, because she has no way to really charades out all of this.
Okay. Are there any ships that look particularly magical?
That look magical?
Yeah, like, still on fire underwater, or have a slight glow to them, or just have a feeling of, like, maybe ghosts or something. Magic. Witchcraft.
Just have a feeling of ghosts or something?
Yeah.
None that you can really tell just passively looking around at this point. You're just seeing more of the Sahagin in their natural living conditions, basically, at this point.
Are there any ships that they are specifically avoiding?
No, not specifically. They're basically kind of just swimming through all of it.
Alright, I'm going to find the smallest ship there is and then investigate that.
You go back towards the city a ways, finding one of the ships closer to it, and you manage to find one of the smaller ships over there and give me an investigation.
Not garbage? Hey, not garbage. 17 plus 3, 20. God, my investigate is trash.
He says when his bonus is 3 times more than mine.
Your investigate is plus 1.
Yep.
Wow. Oh, it's based off intelligence.
That was like a diss at the same time. So this was actually just kind of a fisherman's ship, and you don't see anything really out of the ordinary, or really anything of any value. You see a rotted out fishing rod. You see the skeleton that it used to belong to, and you see some fishing supplies that are rusted over and are basically like just have algae and whatnot growing over them.
Alright, and then since we have discovered the smallest ship, we will go for the biggest ship and then head back to the city afterward.
We will get back to you there. Alfir and 2, what are you two doing?
Nice. Go for it, Alfir.
I think we were heading to the city hall to try and see where Aaron Deere had run off to talk about options.
Okay. You make it back to City Hall, and a couple of the turtle, not with any hick accent, lead you up to the mayor's office, as it were, and you see Arendera sitting in there with. Hold on, let me bring up Kit's page because I forgot their names.
Mash him.
Mash them and slash them.
Ow! Hi.
And punch him.
And bash him. Bash him was
With
in owner though.
slash 'em and mash 'em. Mash 'em, of course, being the mayor.
Mash him sucks.
Mash 'em
Slash
will
him's okay.
burn the world.
He would try.
and you see Arendera kind of just talking with Masham, basically just more platitudes to try to get Masham to allow the Sahagin to stay. And Masham still just kind of repeating more of, if I can't understand them, I can't figure out how to actually treat with them peacefully. They are an evil race. They are not allowed. Basically that same old circle of an argument.
Masham, have you ever considered a navy?
Alfred looks at Sasha confused.
A navy?
Yeah, you know, for the defense of Aquarin.
It'd be fine to have a navy. I'm guessing you meant like an army?
I mean, same thing in this case.
The problem is, how the hell would I give commands to a navy I can't fucking understand?
Pretty sure they're just after food. So, you set them up to patrol Aquarin. In exchange, you give them food, and they're not going to cause you any problem.
How the hell you know they're just after food? They could come in and they could start going
Because
after
they
other things
fucking
after they
stole
do
my
have their food.
potato.
Thought you gave them the potato.
Potato, potato.
Yeah, you gave them that potato.
Die.
Sorry, hang on.
Uh-oh, socks has been broken. Socks
And Dira looks
has...
back and forth between you two, and she goes to Alfred and says, "Is food all they really want?"
It seems to be. They actually wanted. It seemed like they wanted the potato to try and plant it, to try and grow potatoes.
I'm surprised that they know that's actually possible, considering, but at the same time,
that's...
potatoes wouldn't grow underwater.
I don't think they realize that.
I also don't think that's actually good for their health. They seem to have very sharp, pointy teeth.
Potatoes are good for everyone.
Yeah, so we were thinking of maybe trying to, like, Stabham was trying to teach him about the value of money, and we went out to a bunch of shipwrecks to see if there's any money there for them to buy food with. But
Oh hell, you trying to let Stabham teach these fuckers what to do?
Believe me, it was a much better idea when we first set out to the ship, right to the ship graveyard.
It seemed like a good idea at the time.
You trying to let Stabham teach people what to do? It doesn't even matter if they're strangers.
It involves
You know
money.
Stabham will give daggers to infants, right?
They're not infants, they're children.
I am keenly aware of Stabham's lucrative
habit. It's not a problem, it's a habit.
addiction.
It's a habit.
He does seem to have a lot of small daggers. I was kind of wondering about that.
Be wary if there's any small kids around. Those kids will end up with daggers, and they'll start playing swords and whatnot, and actually cut each other's limbs off. I actually have seen history of this.
Hasn't
Entire
happened.
limb with a dagger?
It's not happened in the past 5 years, and you know it.
Past the statute of limitation.
Stab him. You sneeze underwater pretty heavily.
I'm gonna glare and just mutter under my breath, mash him.
Again, seemed like a better idea at the time. We're trying to think of something a little more efficient than trying to teach the abstract concept that is money. I think we'd have better luck taking 250 days to teach them common.
if we can understand them pretty much immediately, this all would be covered up. I would be much more willing if, we actually knew what the fuck they wanted. Right now, it just seems like they're a threat.
All they want is potatoes. Or food. Probably the food part.
They seem to like the
But
food
what
we
do we
bought from
do
the
after
market.
they have the food?
You give them food. In exchange
Food
for
won't be
labor.
all they want, though.
I mean, humanoid needs are very straightforward. Eat, sleep, fuck.
I don't think I want to see them do that last one.
I'm kind of
They
curious
can
as
take-
to how the fish people do it.
Arendira agrees with Alfir here.
They can take care of the last part on their own, I hope.
Can they breed with turtles?
And they seem to have breathing down, so really all they need is eat.
Yeah, they seem to be pretty comfortable in that shipwreck, though. It's kind of weird.
What is the deal with that ship graveyard anyway?
I don't know. Every now and then, a new ship kind of joins the army of ships down there as it is. It just keeps building up over time.
Is there anything of value in any of those?
A few of our turtle brethren go out there and scout them out every now and then. Well, that was until the Sahagin set up home there, but now that the Sahagin are here, we still just haven't really seen any reason to go out and explore any of them. But we've picked most of what we had there clean.
So, this abstract concept of money is even more difficult. By the way, you missed that fancy hat that Alfie was wearing now.
What in the fuck would I need? Never mind. Never mind.
Just saying, your salvage teams need to work a little harder.
I feel as if our definition of value is a bit different. So, you probably should try to figure out something other than just railing me over the same argument that Arendira has been giving me day in and day out since she got here herself. I told you, come back later when you have a more concrete solution. I'm just going to stick to that for now. Don't worry, Arendira's here. She's still going to argue my head off about the same old shit.
Can we borrow Arendira for a bit?
Oh, please, take her off my fucking hands. Arendira actually gives him what would seem to Alfir the rudest look she's ever given anyone.
Stab him. Stab him.
And she kind of haughtily says, fine, I will take my leave then.
Stab him.
At this point, Slash'em stands up and says, all right, Mash'em, this is not required to treat guests this way, whether they are druids or even from... Where are you two from anyways?
Make him bleed.
From all over.
At this point, Mash'em also sneezes pretty hard. Fucking stab him.
Oh,
Die alone.
Wait,
I'm from
you-
all over.
do you have allergies? Can you get allergies underwater?
Stab's allergic to stupidity. He's sneezing up a storm around Mash'em.
Look, I'll put it this way. If either of you know tongues or comprehend languages, this will be solved instantly. I've thought of this before. I have no scrolls here to be able to cast the spell. I have no means of getting them. Arendira here has, I guess, no means of getting them either, because she's still bugging me about other ways to fix this issue immediately, and I see no reason to fix this issue immediately.
Tell you what, get me a level and I'll tuck to the Sahajin for you.
The fuck's a level?
Use it to make sure something's flat. You can just use your head for that.
Masham sneezes again. Fucking stab him!
How is stab him causing you to sneeze? That's weird.
There's a proximity to that fucker. I guarantee you he's sneezing his ass off right now, too.
That
He's
So
fucking stupid. It just happens that way.
is that why he, is that the cause of every time he sneezes?
I don't fucking know. I damn well bet it could be.
It's odd.
Anyways, you three could take your leave. I'll continue pondering over this event that I'm still not going to budge on until we have a more concrete solution. They still have their outskirt of town that they're staying in right now. We have turtles guarding them, making sure that shit don't hit the fan. So, except for when someone let them have a fucking potato and run through the city.
What's a fan?
Potato.
He looks up, and you actually see a seashell fan kind of spinning, blowing air down on you guys, and he says, "That's a fan, you fucktard."
Wow, that's actually
The
pretty
idiot
cool.
just called you an idiot.
More interested in the fan than in what he called me. How does that work?
Alfair. I think we've outstayed our welcome. Let's take Arendira and leave Masham to his musings.
Alright. Guess we'll walk out.
Yep.
Arendira follows after.
Alright. We're gonna head well outside the building before I say anything.
Alright, you are escorted out of the building with a few turtle again. A couple turtle again, not a few. And they basically return to their posts.
Alright, and once we're a good distance from that building, I have a more concrete solution. We get rid of Masham.
Yes.
Wait, what?
Arendira says, "That's probably not the best solution
It's
that
the
we could
best
go for."
solution.
You know, something tells me that Stabum really wants to go down this path.
Do it.
I feel like Stabum just like grew a freaking Sith cloak all of a sudden and became all old and wrinkly. Do it.
You even have a lightsaber for it. You can borrow my lightsaber as well, so you can do the double cutoff thing.
I don't think that's a good idea.
Nobody will miss him. Literally no one.
Pausing.
Okay.
Stabum. You were going towards a larger ship, correct?
Yes.
Give me an investigation check.
All right. No garbage, please. 15 plus 3. 18.
So you managed to find a larger ship, and this one actually looks like it could have been a galleon at some point. Like this one actually was meant for battle.
Oh, interesting. Are there any cannons?
There are.
Okay, new plan. You know how my picture is a picture of a turtle with a cannon strapped to its back? I'm gonna be a war turtle.
You gonna evolve into Blastoise here?
So first of all, we're gonna search the ship for anything interesting.
Okay. Give me another investigation.
Man, the cannons. Shit, 15.
A general search of the ship doesn't bring up anything valuable that wouldn't be too heavy for you to carry back, considering you passed by these cannons that you saw, and you've just been kind of interested in them the entire time since.
I could carry them underwater.
So yes, they would be less heavy underwater. You are actually you would definitely make it back much slower to the city, but you probably have time with the 24-hour or 8-hour water breathing spell. I forget how long it lasts.
Okay, yeah, this is happening. I will start
Alright.
making my way back with a cannon.
Give me a strength check. Give me an athletics check, actually.
Athletics
There you
check?
go.
I have
Yeah.
a cannon strapped to my back now. I'm a turtle with a cannon. Athletics, you said? 19 plus 7, 26.
Okay. So obviously when you went to take this cannon, the wooden wheels and basically all of the brace and everything that the cannon itself was attached to has long since rotted away. So you went to pick up the cannon, you literally only got the metal portion of it.
Hang on.
It's the only portion that matters for his plan.
Okay. That's fine. Is she passed out? Okay. Nope. Hey, I'm back. I have a cannon.
You have a cannon.
Sweet.
And you managed to make it all the way back to the city with it. It was pretty slow going, but you do make it back,
That's
and
fine.
we
I
will
have
cut
a
back to you in a
cannon.
moment.
Nice.
Tu and Alfir, as you are talking about this plan of, well, it's not regicide, at least.
One. Yeah. Well, yeah, he's not a king. He's just a mayor.
Listen, okay, fine. Maybe offing him was a step too far,
We
but
can off him with a cannon.
Irandira actually yawns pretty massively, interrupting the conversation, and goes, I'm sorry. I kind of lose track of time here. It's like, I'm pretty sure it's well past midnight at this point.
Oh, wow. Probably be a good idea to head to bed before too long then. Yeah,
I
Sasha,
just want
about
to throw
that
this out there.
that bag that you had, that you had that book in, is
Yeah.
it seemed like it held water pretty well. Does it keep water out?
Yeah, it definitely kept the water out before I opened it. That's why the logs were a little soggy.
Maybe that could be a way for them to get books down here at least.
Good point. Keep that in mind. I just want to throw out another option. We get mash 'em replaced with flash 'em or punch 'em.
Ooh, mutiny.
I don't know how well that would go. Staffin
Stab
would
him real
probably
quick. In what general direction are you heading when you get back into the city?
Probably back to the inn.
All right. Tu, Alfir, did you two and Arendira actually stop to talk, or are you two conversing as you walk?
We definitely stopped to talk. I did not want straight ears for that conversation.
Okay.
And Staffin would probably know better if that's even a possibility. He knows them a bit better. He seems like he would
Yep.
know them a bit better than we do.
Just saying, we may want to consider that. And with that, we'll head back to the inn so that Aaron and Derek can go to sleep.
Specifically, just so that Aaron and Derek can go to sleep.
I mean, I guess the rest of us can sleep too, but
I'm pretty sure Alfier's probably getting kind of tired too. Pretty sure.
How heavy is this cannon?
Hold on, let me search for cannons all of a sudden.
I have 3,400 pounds.
That is a little bit too heavy for the bag of holding.
So sailing ship is actually a piece of equipment.
yeah. Too bad mine's gone.
Very specifically just yours. I have canoe in the equipment. I don't have cannon in the equipment.
I'm just looking at what actual cannons weigh.
Cannon's weight.
Probably depends on the type of cannon.
Eh. Stabum, when you make it back, you find that when you actually get the cannon onto the landing area, it is much heavier to actually try to move and carry it on your back.
This is fine.
Underwater cannon.
Depends on how big it is, because it could be as little or light as 600 pounds or as heavy as 5,000 pounds.
What size cannonballs do those take, depending on weight?
600 pounds would be a 2-pound.
Galleon would not fire a 2-pound ball.
5,000 would be 32 pound.
Galleon might fire one of those.
4,000 is 24 pounds.
Alright, I'm gonna back it up a
Probably
bit.
about
I'm gonna
4.5.
retcon something. Stabum, how do you feel about having a ballista on your back?
I am okay with this.
Okay, because the choices are ballista or mangonel.
Or what?
A mangonel. It's
What's a mangonel?
basically a catapult, like a mini catapult.
We'll go with the ballista.
Okay, because there is actually a warship vehicle that I just brought up, and that's what it has on it.
D&D where we have discussions about what would a galleon probably be firing.
I literally just brought up a warship. What does Galleon have? Galleon also has ballista, so we're good. No, it's a ballista. So the ballista itself actually has an armor class of 15. It has 50 hit points of its own, and it makes ranged weapon attacks at +6 to hit at a range of 120 for normal, 480 for long distance, and on a hit it does 3d10 piercing damage.
Would this
Oh,
be something
shit.
where Stabum would have to go on all fours and somebody shoots it off his back?
Absolutely.
This is fantastic. I am a war turtle. Can you read me those stats again? I only got the
I'm
first
gonna
bit.
snip it for you.
Thanks. Just drop it in chat with no context. Alfie, you better not be streaming.
I'm streaming.
Damn.
Yeah, but how many people are actually watching the stream?
It says 0 viewers right now.
Seems
I
good.
was gonna say if anyone's watching, it might actually have been Lucy though.
No one can know. Just don't show them my back.
So currently, while you are carrying it on your back, you don't have a way to currently like install it back there. So you feel if you were to fire it, it would fall off pretty easily at this point.
It's okay, I'll find a blacksmith at some point. I have a cousin that's a blacksmith.
I wonder
Sure,
if
you
they're
want to
down
work
here.
with that one?
Is it
Whether or
hammer
not they live here is another matter.
Is it Smitham?
No.
Probably kick them or
It's-
something.
It's craft 'em, McBreak 'em.
Big break.
Yes.
Damn it! Now I have to add another name to this stupid list.
Ooh, actually make it craft and McHandsome.
I love the way the kid just moves his face.
Craft 'em McHandsome?
Yes.
Like as in handsome, good-looking handsome?
Handsome as he makes very handsome handiwork. He is also handsome though.
He was always the best of the.
It just says he has a very
Smart.
elegant craft.
So that?
Yes.
Alright, another one created. NPCs created right before your eyes, all because people say names. Anyways,
works.
so Tu and Alfir and Arendira, you all make it back to the inn before Stabum does. However, Stabum about like an hour later, you make it back carrying this ballista in with you. You had to actually like take it off your back and carry it through the door sideways.
That's fine.
Hey Basham, anything ever come of that spell yet?
What spell?
The one that we cast earlier? You know you need to be on the constant lookout. Don't want anything bad happening to you here.
Oh, that spell. Yeah, it's a spell. Yeah, that's definitely a spell.
Yeah, yeah.
What spell?
Yo, are there 3 of you? Are there 3 of all of you? Y'all making copies of each other.
Basham, are you on the drink again?
Wait, this is normal?
Hey Basham, it's time for us to revisit the terms of our deal.
Nah, man, not right now. I can't talk straight. You no deals to make right now.
No. See, our little business venture. You're just selling the shit, so like, I think I should get 70 and you get 30.
Sell him what shit?
You know what I'm talking about.
What stuff? I have
The very
no.
stuff that you are partaking in at this moment.
I didn't sell shit. That what are you talking about? Are you
I'm
here to try to
procuring-
steal my shit?
I am procuring more for you as we speak.
How can you procure more when all your copies are right here?
You know, maybe this was the wrong time. We'll renegotiate later.
Okay.
Basham, have you seen Craftum recently?
Who's craft 'em again?
Alright, yeah, we're just gonna go upstairs now. And I will make absolutely no mention of the giant ballista I'm carrying. I will just casually walk upstairs with it.
Hey Stab, I got a question for you.
Yes.
How might we remove Masham from power so that we can end this farce?
I'm a fan of the stabbings.
I don't know if that's a good idea.
Well, it depends on whether or not Punchem's in town. If Punchem's in town, then it's not a good idea.
Basham, I have a question. How do you feel about being deputy mayor?
Deputy what?
Mayor.
I don't know if we'd be better off.
May her what?
This sounds like an
How do
even
you
worse
want to be-
idea.
Do you want to be president?
You see him trying to silently mouth the word before he says it. President?
King?
I could be king.
Yes, you could. Do you know how you become king of Aquarin?
How do I become king of Aquarin? This is what this no, we can't talk about this right now. I said no deal making.
We're not making a deal. I just need you to get rid of Masham for me.
But Masham's not here. He's already gone. He's in the city hall.
Right. Do you want to be in City Hall?
I run this in here though.
Would you rather run City Hall?
That would be a hell of a promotion.
Alfred's just looking back and forth as each of them talks. It's like, this is a
Okay,
bad
Stabum,
idea.
I give up. I can't work with your family.
Welcome to my life.
How? Why is he
Did I
like?
just break socks? What?
I'm going to
Stab
bed.
will just shake his head and say, "Come on." We have things to talk about.
Gonna go upstairs with Stabum. Ugh.
Oh,
How did you survive? How did any of them survive?
We have a long history. I
Do you
don't
just
want to
have
talk about it.
many offspring and it's a numbers game? Like, yeah, there's 10, maybe one's gonna get through.
That is indeed how turtles work. None of us know our parents. Or at least, I think. I don't know my parents.
Wow, that's unfortunate.
It is fortunate.
Yeah, you're probably right. Alright, if we go with the replace Masham plan, who do we replace him with? Basham's off the table.
Punch'em is here. We can't replace Mash'em.
What if we get Punch'em in charge instead of Masham?
Punch'em has never wanted to be in charge.
What about Slash'em?
Slash'em, he's too busy keeping tabs on everyone's well-being. He'd make a good leader, but he doesn't want the position.
There's gotta be a way that we get Masham out of office.
I mean,
Do they vote on mayors here?
probably not. Magic 8 Ball, usually.
God damn it.
Stab him is not very far off.
and the one that has the magic is the one that controls it.
You catch on quick. No.
I got it.
The best
Get
way to get
another
rid of
magic-
Mash'em would be to tell him to go burn down a nearby town.
I know the perfect town.
Which town?
The one that's completely abandoned and was overrun by demons?
Have we looted it yet?
Fine, go loot.
King of Golud is evil. I support this.
So we sick mash him on Golud.
Yes.
I've just discovered our solution to our problem. We convince Masham to invade Golud using the Sahajin army.
This either ends really well or really poorly.
This ends is not our problem.
Not a problem right now.
Irandira, hearing all of this, says, I'm beginning to catch the gist of the Misfits as something other than what I had originally expected. I think I'll leave you 3 be.
It's
We're just venting frustrations.
as
She
this is-
shrugs and walks out.
This is a really bad idea.
I don't see a good idea down here.
Oh, they were complaining about not having a way to get books or anything down here. You could give them that pouch, and then they'd have a way to get books and stuff down here.
Masham doesn't seem the type to go fetch books for himself. Let alone a scroll of comprehend languages or whatever.
Well, he could have somebody go fetch it for him.
Basham.
Basham is the most incompetent. Puncham would be
Puncham?
able to do it.
Would Puncham do it?
Puncham would be able to do it. You'd have to convince her.
What about Slasham?
Slasham feels he's needed down here.
So Puncham's our best bet?
Yes. That you might as well make a bet on which way the wind's gonna go tomorrow. Maybe
guess
you're
that
right,
means-
maybe you're wrong.
That sounds like a tomorrow problem. I think we should get
Crash
some
for the
rest
night?
and then see if we can't go that route tomorrow.
Alright, first thing in the morning, find Puncham.
All right.
Won't be too hard. She'll probably wake up breathing over us.
Aren't we
You
in?
know,
Don't we have separate rooms?
Alfir, gonna split a room with you tonight, buddy, pal. Can't trust the turtles anymore.
Alright, I'm gonna casually pick up my Bostula and go to my room.
I don't want to ask him.
Where'd you get that? Was that one on one of the boats?
Don't worry about it. It's mine.
Alfir, as you're looking at it, you can actually see it's looking much the worse for wear. Like this thing is pretty wood rotted out. He's gonna have to fix a lot of it.
I don't think you should shoot that because it's
Yeah,
probably
well,
gonna
yeah,
fall
not-
apart.
I don't have any targets right now.
Alright, Alfir, you mind if I split a room with you? Basham's high on demon blood, and
Wait, he's
I'm now
high on what?
worried-
Not the
Demon
first
blood.
time, won't be the last.
How did he get demon blood?
Um,
Was that what was in that vial you handed him?
maybe. Yes.
It wasn't goat blood.
You can get high off demon blood?
Yeah, apparently there's a massive business venture he has planned if we get him more. Like, it sounds really lucrative, but we'd have to go back to the town.
Well, I thought we had pretty much cleared everything out of that town.
Or we could hunt down demons. I told him we were professional demon hunters.
Well,
That's not inaccurate.
we're heading out to fight a demon
Yeah.
lord, so
Once
That's-
we kill him, let's make sure we harvest a lot of blood.
probably need a bunch of containers for that.
I'm sure Toft has everything we need.
Guess we'll find out.
Anyways, he's high on demon blood, and I'm now worried about Puncham watching me in my sleep.
That's would think that it would be stab him that would get watched.
Tell you what, I'll take first watch.
I'll take third watch.
Alright.
The paranoia over Stabum's sister is insane right now.
I'm going to bed and I'm taking first watch.
It's deserved.
Going to bed and taking third watch.
Give me your perception check.
Alright. What is my perception? It's one of those not great skills. 10 plus 2 is 12.
There are no random punchums in the night.
Alright, as second watch rolls around,
But
I
you
head down the
know.
hall, knock on Stabum's door, and say, "Second watch, you're up."
Does Stabum wake up for a watch?
Nah, Stab knows that there's no point.
Alfred, how much are you going to try to basically set your internal clock for this? How paranoid are you, in other words?
A little paranoid, but he'd probably just wake up a couple hours earlier and take a watch. Like an hour or two.
So Stabum's watch goes by, a little bit more time goes by, and Alfred, you finally wake up on your own. No Stabum waking you up.
Okay.
She needs a thing.
And currently no turtle just staring at us.
You don't see a turtle staring at you.
Hmm.
Sasha is like sleeping with her back to a wall, I guess. I don't actually know
Oh,
how
yeah.
Sasha is sleeping. Okay.
Just take a watch for till it's time to get up then.
You hear Sasha speak in her sleep. I want my damn potato back.
Guess we need to find her some more potatoes.
Potatoes.
Other people have rations. Sasha has potatoes.
Had
Potato.
potatoes.
Head
I
potatoes.
also have a lot of salt.
For the potatoes, obviously.
Gotta season those potatoes just right.
You gotta make potato chips.
Yeah.
Alright, so yeah, probably just take a watch for the rest of the time and wake Sasha up in the morning.
So you do wake Sasha up for what you can assume has been a few hours had passed for your watch, uninterrupted. And as you two go to head downstairs, you see the door to Stabum's room is open, and as you pass by Stabum's room, Stabum is not in it.
Fucking
Really?
hell, he should have taken watch.
Guess we should have both shared a room with him.
Yeah.
It was gonna happen no matter what.
Let's head downstairs and see if he's down there.
Bash him, where's punch him?
Basham is very much dead asleep under the bar, not waking up at all.
Going to nudge him with my foot until he wakes up.
Stay sleeping.
If he's asleep now, you probably didn't see him go.
Okay, I know that reaching into Stabum's shell resulted in a lot of biting. How
I thought it was just
bitey do you-
awkward licking.
Yeah.
How bitey do you think Basham is?
Do you reach into Basham's shell?
Is there anything representing like a stick?
No, there's mugs though.
The chairs.
Eh.
Do any of them have like a long wooden peg leg?
Alfred will take an arrow and hit it, poke inside the shell with not the part that has the arrow tip on it.
So the fletching.
Yeah, the fletching.
You get a massive sneeze in reply.
Oh, good, he's alive.
Bash him, where's Punch him?
You hear snoring.
Poke him again.
Just follow the screams.
Hey, Alfie, remember when I was
As
there?
for Stab'em, you wake up and you don't know how long you've been out, but you do know that you're in the air currently right now.
This is fine. Why am I in the air?
You just hear above you, witchcraft! And then she's like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, as you guys start pummeling towards the ground.
She stole your cape.
As you two are falling, she's like, you know you gotta attune to this? I think you did. I sat with it for a while anyways, just to make sure. But I heard you say witchcraft. Oh, hey, the wings are back out. I heard you say that word, and you flew, and you caught flight after you were tossed out the window, so I figured I could do it too.
What do you want?
It has come to my attention that y'all are thinking of doing something bad here.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, but Arendira knows what you're talking about.
If she can understand any of what goes on in her group, we need to hire her.
She's a pretty insightful woman. She could catch the gist of what you guys were trying to plan. And not to mention, Sasha just kind of outed with it of wanting to depose Masham.
We stumbled across that, but decided it was not the best course of action.
No, wait.
What? Do you think it is the best course of action? Because, I mean, I'm totally open to going back.
Problem is, we need another leader.
Yeah, that was the issue I was coming up with.
Why don't you do it?
Because I have places I need to be, and this is hillbilly hell.
Punch him doesn't sound against our plan right now.
Now, and I understand that you don't want to lead, and we both know that Slash'em will only do it under duress. So that brings me to a different solution.
Bash him.
You sure you don't want to lead? You do pretty good at it.
I have enough on my hands managing a bunch of misfits.
Ha.
Roll credits.
I guess it was worth a shot. Well, just don't kill him.
No, that's already out of the cards.
Good. I'd have to come after you if you did.
What I think we're gonna do though is, he's still interested in burning down towns, right?
I mean, it's a bit of surprise that he hasn't tried burning down Aquarin yet.
Okay, cool. I think we can come to an accord then, and leave Slash'em in charge after Mash'em has gone off to burn down a city.
This ain't gonna be something that gets him killed, is it?
Not if he does it right.
I don't think I like where this is going, but well, let's go back and talk about it more.
I'm gonna need my wings back as well. You
I'll
harlot.
think about it. Kind of growing attached to the baddie wings.
Also, is Craftum around?
Nah, he's still home.
Damn it. Hmm. Okay. Let's head back to the inn.
Yep, you guys head back to the inn. And when you guys land, she does not take off the cloak immediately as you guys head into the inn.
I'm gonna need that cloak.
Just give me a minute.
We're probably still poking Basham with an arrow.
Yeah,
I
he's
probably got
very much so
myself
been
a
still
drink.
sleeping.
I probably got myself a drink at some point.
As you go to get yourself a drink, you see that all of the demon blood that you have given him is mostly gone.
You didn't make
Alright.
Basham overdose, did you?
He's a grown adult. He should be able to ration himself. Besides, how was I supposed to know what demon blood did to turtles?
Does it just do that to turtles?
I don't know. I have never drunk or huffed or whatever you do with it myself.
You see what seems to be some materials around where the bottle of demon blood is that seems to suggest burning it to inhale the smoke from it.
God, he's a little heroin addict.
I'm curious, but after seeing what it did to him, it's probably not the best time.
So, wait, are they back yet or no?
Yeah, they walked through the door as you came across this stuff and got your drink.
Oh, hey, we found Punchum.
Oh, hey, we were gonna.
Good work, Basham. And I pat him on the back of his shell.
You see Punchum wearing Stabum's cloak.
Oh, you gave her your cloak? That was
No,
nice
Hey,
of
she
you.
stole it
Pancho.
while I slept. Somehow.
I have
I don't even know how that works. But we're
Hey,
not
stop.
gonna talk about it.
Hey, Stava, was she gonna give you your cloak back?
Yes.
You just hear maybe.
Would you like an object in trade for it? I got it here, and I pull the hat off Alfio's head. Fancy hat of disguise.
Would you like a fancy hat of disguise in exchange for my wings back?
I know that's just a normal hat.
Can't
Alfred
prove
looks
that.
sad for the hat because the hat was taken off his head.
Well, Alfio, my sales pitch didn't work. Here you go.
Yay! Puts the hat back on.
She takes the cloak off and says to Stabum, that could have done all kinds of things for my fighting style.
Your fighting style does not need any more dimensions to it.
Of course it does. How else would I hit you upside the head without you ever knowing?
Anyway, so are you familiar with Golud?
This is the plan for setting.
Big
Why are we-
militaristic city? I think
Yeah,
most
that one.
people know it.
Cool. So the plan is,
Masham burns it to the ground.
yeah, because they're King's Evil.
I thought we had decided that the idea was to ask Punchum if to take the waterproof bag that Sasha found and to bring a scroll or a book or something back.
That idea is less exciting.
Are we voting on ideas?
Wasn't the Queen of Adventure City heading to Golu to negotiate with the king?
I mean,
Maybe.
And
Oh, we could just send the Sahagin to that one. Oh no, but it's not protected.
we could send the Sahagin to Adventure City.
They wouldn't like it too much.
Wait, what's protecting Aquarin from the batshit mind control shenanigans?
Punch him.
as far as I know, wasn't it just Adventure City and Golu that had the actual protections?
Punchum, care to share some enlightenment here?
Oh, hey. No, I'm just kidding.
Punchum's awful quiet. I think she's mind controlled.
She's actually pondering it a bit. And she's like, "What mind control are you talking about?"
They're too
Also,
stupid
the inhabitants
to
here are
accept it.
probably too dumb.
Maybe
Okay, wait.
all this water is protecting them. Maybe.
Punchum, let me know if this rings a bell. The evil things that hijack brainwaves, and you are Fry. And therefore the brains can't control you because you give off the anti-mind control brainwave.
She looks at you in the purest form of, "What the fuck did you just say?"
You know, from that moving scroll Futurama.
The crystal ward is not the Hypnotoad.
I was talking about the one with the brains
Oh.
came and completely zapped the earth.
I'm back.
And
Welcome
the
back.
solution was to have them read Fry's mind, and Fry's mind makes them blow up.
Oh yeah.
Sorry. Back on track.
So, are we retconning all of what you just said there?
No.
No.
So the
Okay.
solution to our problem. Either Masham goes to burn down Golu, or Punchum fetches books until we get lucky? Using this waterproof bag?
And make it so that you could get stuff or get books and stuff down here without it getting wet.
Punchum, how interested would Masham be in actually obtaining books?
If he really wants to understand the Sahaga, he might be down for it, but otherwise, probably doesn't care and is just trying to stall.
What's he trying to stall for?
He's a dick.
Yeah, probably until he can blow him up or something.
Trying to
What?
figure out how to set them on fire, most like.
Well, if they're underneath this in the city, wouldn't that be pretty easy?
No, because there's water everywhere.
So what you're saying is really the only option is sick Masham on Golud.
I'm not sure if that'll work, but it's probably worth a shot, I guess.
I can be very persuasive if need to be.
Okay.
I mean, we could just tell him that there's a city nearby that could be burned down, and have him burn down Lindirk.
Could
I mean,
say
the
that
other
there's
option
a
is
city on the south end of the continent and send them to burn down that.
On a scale of 1 to 20, how strong would you say Masha?
How strong is Masham?
Yeah, on a scale of 1 to 20.
I don't know how to quantify that answer. I know he's pretty strong in the wizardly ways, but I also know that I can punch him and knock him out in one hit, so there's that.
Alright. Let me phrase this from a different angle. Like, how big can the fireball get?
I don't know, probably a normal size fireball. This line of question's a bit weird.
How many stabbings can he take right now?
There you go again, judging by stabbings. I don't know how you always gauge shit by this, but why? Just why?
It's important to know how many stabbings you can take. What if you're faced with a bunch of toddlers with knives? It's important to know.
Wait, is that the reason why you
But
ask
I
about
have to
child
say that
stabbings?
I only gauge in terms of punches. You should know this by now.
Well,
How
yeah,
many
but
punches can you take?
he already said he can only take one punch. So can a rabbit.
One punch! Sorry.
Hey, 2. What does one punch equate to? In terms of stabbings?
So go to your character sheet for 2
Yeah.
and tell me what the average damage is of your unarmed punch right now with her dexterity bonus.
Alright. My creation. There it is. God, why is it slow? Just a moment, D&D Beyond is slow.
I'll be right back.
I don't know why I didn't have 2 up anyway to begin with. 2 view. Oh my god, why is it so slow? There we go.
Yeah, Beyond is super slow right now. I don't know why.
1d6 plus 5, so the average of that is 3 or 4
Take that.
plus 5.
1d6 plus
multiply it
5?
by bullshit.
It's 3.5. Do you round up or down in this case? Down?
Down for damage.
Alright. So it's 8 damage, average.
Take that and then multiply it by bullshit, and you've got her damage.
Take that, multiply it by bullshit.
Yes.
Yeah. So 8 damage, average. Converted to stabbings, please. By 2. Who I'm not sure if she knows how to count.
2 replies that, well, if everything hit, which I'm not very good at apparently, just about 6 punches.
6 punches? Alright, your brother can survive 6 your cousin can survive 6 punches. Does that make any sense to you, Stab him?
That seems a little off.
Listen, I'm trying to convert. Maybe Kenku math and Tortle math are different.
Do you remember Euclidean math?
Nope. Maybe we should do Sahajin math.
Haji don't have math.
Shit.
We don't understand them. I don't we probably don't know if they have math or not.
Are you sure he can only take one punch? Because I have an expert telling me he'll take 6 punches.
I think your expert may be off. He only takes 1 punch from me before he's out.
Remember, you have to multiply by bullshit.
Is bullshit a mathematical
It's a
term? You
factor.
can multiply it?
When you
Yes.
involve punch 'em, yes.
Alright. Anyways, I can be very convincing. What are we convincing Masham to go do?
We could see if the book idea works. Or
Alright. Plan A is book idea.
Alright, who's
Plan
getting
B
the book?
is burn down Lindirk.
Plan C is burn down Golud?
Plan C is coup d'etat.
You all catch a random, not random per se, but like a different voice as you just hear from Basham, as Basham is apparently standing up now and looking at all of you, but something's wrong with Basham's eyes. They are glowing a whitish glow right now, and Basham whispers, "Or you could all die for our Lord Sion." Roll initiatives.
oh no.
Fuck.
Who's Lord Xeon?
That would be the Demon Lord.
Yeah, that's the demon lord. Oh, that's a
Is that the
9
demon
out of
lord
6.
that Alfir summoned?
Ooh, 26.
14.
19.
Suppose I should actually long rest my character.
Maybe. And then I need 2. Alright. So I am assuming that you all were talking around a table, if you would like to set up around one of the tables.
What's the one nearest the bar?
It would be this one probably. And then you see Basham basically fall back to the ground and is in Basham's place before it also disappears is a Shadow Fiend. And it just kind of fades into the darkness around the room.
Magical darkness or normal darkness?
Normal darkness.
Okay.
Alright. Add turn. Add turn. Add turn. I think you all can actually edit your own initiatives in if you want to just put them in.
It did not take my initiative. What the fuck?
It is not that. You are officially dead now.
It is over 9,000.
You have to like actually put it in and hit enter instead of trying to click out of it.
I solved that.
Kit, I will take the privilege away from you. You can't have the
Understood.
exclamation mark there either, or else it won't sort right.
Joy killer.
Hey, we're all faster than a shadow demon. Alright, my glowy lightsaber. I like this plan.
Alright, And because it faded back, so boo-doo-doo-doo. So, Sasha, it is your turn.
Alright. First things first, I summon the lightsaber with my bonus action. And then I turn it on. 1 second. Okay, and I turn it on. So, with the action. So, I emit 15 feet of sunlight and then 15 feet of dim light from there.
Mhm.
And oh shit, it's my action to expand that? Okay, it might be worth it in the future. 15 and 30. I don't know how important this is, so there you go.
Oof.
Yeah, I guess that has to be my turn. Bonus action and action.
So, a
Yeah.
shadow demon is going to pop up behind you. It is not Stabum's turn.
No.
A shadow demon does pop up behind Sasha.
Ah,
Normally would have advantage because of surprise attack,
You're
but
back.
because of the light, for some weird reason, only has normal attack. Does a 15 hit you?
no.
Okay. Alright, that was its move, its action, and it can't take its other action.
Because sunlight?
Well, it could attempt to do something, but yes.
Ah.
And now it brings up Stabum.
I'm back. Who's
And now
dead?
V has to not meta what he knows about these things.
I unfortunately know a few things about them as well, and I'm trying not to meta it.
He says as he activates, well, you would activate your lightsaber anyway.
Yeah, I'd have
It's
done
just
that
funny.
anyway.
I know.
It's kind of his weapon.
Hey, shadow demons don't know what you guys use naturally.
It's true. He picked a pretty bad fight, actually.
Shadow demons are, very much so assassins. You're attempting to be assassinated right now. That's what they're going for. But both fucking parties tend to have some easy source of light. Stabum, it is your turn. I don't know if
cool.
you got busy with Bebe or anything.
Stabum will shout to punch him that Basham's been possessed by a demon, and that we are going to kill the demon, but not Basham. Just
No. You missed the part. Basham fell over unconscious as a demon, shadow demon, basically smoked out of Basham and then disappeared.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna shout to punch him that there's a demon, and then I'm gonna stab the demon. Do 3. 20, 25, 30, 35, 10. Can I do that?
Give me an athletics to make it over the bar.
18 plus 7, 25.
You make it over the bar with no issues.
Cool. Yeah, we're gonna flank him and stab him. Also, flames are on 18 plus, what's my attack? 27 for the first hit.
That hits.
And then, ooh, 13 second hit.
A 13 also hits.
What?
Sunlight's really fucked this dude up.
Jesus. Okay. In that case, I will deal 2d8 plus 46 fire damage. Uh, 10, 20, 24, 24 plus 14. 24 plus 14, 38 damage.
So, I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
The sword itself is magical, which means that it is a magical attack, correct?
That is correct.
The fire, it still does fire damage normally, though. Correct?
It's magic fire. So
And I don't think
whoever...
that part actually matters, though, because just reading the resistances. So, I do need the damage separated between your slashing and your fire damage.
Okay.
I need those two different
the
totals.
Slashing is 11 plus 14, so 25. And then the fire is 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
And that was for both hits?
Yes.
We good.
Then we are going to action surge.
We might not be so good.
I don't think I can miss unless... Oh, nat 20. So that's a crit. And then... Oh, Jesus. Another 13. Okay, so a crit plus a normal hit. I need a third d8. There it is. Wow, a 7 and 2 ones. Brilliant. And then 6s on the fire damage. Fantastic. 7, 8, 9, 9 plus...
So what's the total
14.
slashing?
23 slashing.
And the total fire?
18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26.
26 fire?
26 fire.
Okay, even halving the fire damage. Your action surge melee of slashing through this demon so many fucking times in the span of like not even 6 seconds, just your round of combat. Like your one small round of it. The small whirlwind that you have made has inevitably made this shadow demon become like 4 separate shadows that fizzle into nothingness.
Shit, stab him, save some for the rest of us.
It's a shadow imp. What more do you want?
Where'd the first one go?
First one? What do you mean first one?
What is your passive perception?
23.
What is Alfir's passive perception?
16.
You don't fucking know. Stab him, you don't know either though.
Problem solved.
By the way, when he did his movement, where did he come out of? Like a bit of shadow or what?
So
What are demons doing underwater?
before you lit your sword on fire, he was over here. He was on the edge of your dim light, which dim
Yeah.
light doesn't actually affect that.
Right.
The other demon, so as not to be so easily seen again before shit hit the fan like it just did, has, from what you can assume, since he's not revealed by your bright light, moved from that current position.
Okay.
Done and done.
Stab him. I'm not sure if you still have move left. It was difficult terrain to get over that, but I'm still sure you still have plenty of move left if you wanted to move.
I'm good.
Alfir.
Guess I'll just ready a bow shot once I see something. See another one pop out. And that'll be
You
it.
good? Okay. What's Punch'em doing?
Currently moving over to her cousin.
But I'm over here.
The unconscious one.
Oh no, wait, I'm not her cousin. That's right.
The
Adopted brother.
unconscious one. What is the ruling on hold action? Because this is actually pretty annoying if like something pops out from stealth and Alfir's just like, fuck you, I get to go anyways.
I think it uses my reaction to.
You have to name the trigger, and it uses your reaction to use it.
So if another demon pops out, I want to hold to shoot it.
Of course.
Now,
Who's the next one? Okay.
I don't think they can hold multi-attacks, right? I think it's like only one attack that you can hold.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Shouldn't be able to multi-attack with a bow, I think.
Yeah, I get two
Unless
attacks.
Ranger gets something.
Well, you get multi-attack, and both fighter and or anybody with a bow that gets multi-attack and multi-attack with a bow.
Huh.
It's a crossbow that you have to worry about reload.
Oh, that's right. I really have to pay. I'll be right back.
Oh, good.
At high levels, Ranger gets Swift Quiver, which means you can all the shooting.
Take the ready action on your turn, which lets you act using your reaction before the start of your next turn. First, you decide what perceivable circumstance. So it's basically just when one of them appear, you want to shoot.
Mm-hmm.
So essentially, he has an arrow knocked and he's ready to loose it, but he can't like multi-attack. It's my understanding on how that works.
And if one doesn't pop up in time, then I just lose that action. Which kind of
It's
figures.
So the
being
ready action is actually your action for that turn. You would still get your bonus and your movement.
Yes, as long as you took it on your turn before you said you end your turn.
Yeah, I would just ready an action to shoot a demon if it pops up, and that'll be my turn.
He essentially gets a ranged attack of opportunity as long as his trigger is met.
Yeah, I see it. I'm
Okay.
looking at it right now.
Yeah.
Who
Okay,
died
so
while it
basically
was
after it attacks, you would be able to attack because, yeah. All right.
Yep.
And this one who was on the outskirts of the brightness as well, because he didn't think he needed to move that far, but apparently he should have moved further. Pops back up. Oh, did I do that right? Yeah, I did. Okay. No, I didn't. Gotta actually right click him and send him to the right layer. Sorry about that little rules thing. Yeah, there's another one there.
Hello, friend.
And he goes to try to attack, stab him with only normal attack because would have advantage otherwise, but has disadvantage in bright light, blah 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 blah. Attacking. And misses.
Nice. You guys really suck at your job.
Believe me, the group that tried to kill the other group also sucked at its job.
Okay, so since that popped up, can I take a shot?
Yes.
Alright, I'm gonna do sharpshooter, because if it hits, then might as well. Uh, 12.
Everybody else is snooping. I might as well too.
12 is a miss.
Damn.
Gotta get 13.
Alright, guess that's it then.
Alright. And then... Huh.
I no longer have 69 arrows.
It's a lot of arrows.
They were really expensive.
No, they weren't.
Oh, you're not using the ones I bought you?
No, why would I use the blunt
Ah!
arrows?
Oh, that's right.
Alfir, you get an attack at you without advantage because yay light. Wow, that's also a miss. Alfir, you get another attack at you. Because there's no advantage / disadvantage stacking, it's still just a normal attack, despite the fact that their tactics are sound.
Do you use sound?
Everything is...
Let's just say that it's Sasha's turn.
Alright.
What happened to your DM rolls?
They're on hiatus right now because I didn't roll at all Thursday because I made my DM roll every single roll of that game.
Ah.
At this point, would I have noticed that, like, they're coming out of the shadows?
What's your passive perception?
Not great. 12?
What's your passive insight?
12. My passive insight's 16.
Yeah, you can tell by that.
So, like, I can tell that I want to keep the light around my friends.
You can definitely see that they are not doing great with the light on them right now.
Alright. I'm gonna take a step this way. I'm gonna yell, keep to the light. And then I want to cast, Hexblade's Curse on this one right here with my bonus action.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna take 2 swings at him.
Okay. It's probably gonna hurt.
I mean, I don't have advantage, so it's my rolls against shitty AC.
That's a curse right there. That's a curse mark.
2 nat 20s.
You get multi-attack?
Yeah. Which one of my features?
Oh, is that just part of your path?
Yeah, so I took one of the, features and traits.
No, I'm not arguing it or anything. Like I'm like, huh, a caster that has multi-attack. This is cool. Yeah, you crit twice. Go for it. Isn't your lightsaber also radiant damage right now?
Yes it
Oh
is.
no. Oh
And
no.
he has a Hexblade's Curse on it.
Oh no. I don't know what the Hexblade's curse actually does.
This poor Shadow
so-
Demon.
Hexblade's Curse, because this is just really cool. Once per short rest, as a bonus action, choose one creature you can see within 30 feet.
What
Curse
poor
it for 1
shadow
minute
demon.
or until the target dies, you die, or you are incapacitated. Against the creature, you gain a +4 bonus to damage rolls, score a critical hit on a 19 or 20, and regain 11 HP if it dies. So,
Ouch.
so this is 1d8 plus 7.
So you're rolling 4d8 plus 14?
Plus an extra 8 on top of that, so plus 22. 48 plus 22 is what I'm rolling.
4d8 plus 22.
Oof.
I actually need that 4d8 separate. No, it's all radiant. Never mind. I actually
Yeah.
need all of that total.
In other words, goodbye,
Oh,
Mr.
shit!
Bond.
I forgot. And sneak attack, so 2d6.
That part I actually need separate. Haha.
Wait, why is that one
Well,
separate?
yeah, it would be radiant
kidding.
damage for
I'm
sneak
kidding.
attack.
Also, I just realized that the sneak attack is doubled.
Yes. Damn you multi-classers.
Alright, time to do some math. 11, 15, 20, 22, 23 is 46, plus 22 is 68 damage, radiant.
So before we even double the damage that this would do from all being radiant damage, you basically just kind of tell your friends to keep in the light as you casually just kind of like swing your lightsaber around, just doing normal cool lightsabery things, and it accidentally swept through the creature twice, and he just evaporated as you're literally looking at Alfred and Stabum telling them to stay to the light. You go to look at your target, and he's gone.
Just for clarity, I dealt 136 damage?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would like to rage.
That's my turn. Oh, and I regained 11 HP.
But you're at full health.
I know, I still had to do it.
Look, I don't care, guys. My wife brought me chai, like fresh chai, and she is amazing, and it's great. So, I don't care that you killed my fucking shadow demons both in one action each, basically.
It's fine.
Hey,
But
at
this
least
is
I
never
missed.
gonna happen again. Like, at some point I had to get some karma for all the ones that I roll, right?
So yeah, no, just 2 natural 20s. That's fine. It's fine. No, it's good. That brings up Stabum though, who saw that all happen as casually being told to stay in the light.
Stab him as light from his sword.
Oh yeah, yours also is bright light, isn't it? Is yours also
Yep.
15/20 feet or whatever?
Let me look.
I just want to say that shadow demons are not the demons to
40 foot.
throw against this party at
Bright
all.
light in a 40-foot radius, and dim light.
Bright light in a 40-foot radius. That's
Yes.
brighter than the fucking lightsaber.
This whole inn is lit up currently.
Wham!
I mean, I could get up to a 30-foot radius eventually. Gotta just focus on it. Also, apparently I chose the wrong weapon. Flame Tongue is broken.
It's fine.
The lightsaber is perfectly fine. You just deleted a fucking shadow demon.
Oh, believe me,
Casually.
I am more than happy with my lightsaber.
Too bad you didn't have smite on top of that.
I
Can
could
you
learn
imagine if
Warlock
that had
equivalent.
smite on top of it? Holy shit.
I
It'd be
could learn
great.
the Warlock equivalent of Smite.
Yeah, that you could.
Alright, I'm gonna fuck this guy up. He had a bad day, sing a sad song.
The demons are not happy right now.
17,
That's a hit.
and then 25.
25 is a lot of damage. Is that just
25
the
to
slashing
hit.
portion?
No, that's to hit.
Oh, 25 is a hit.
Yes. Cool. Now we're going to deal damage.
Okay.
So the slashing portion is 2d8, which we got a 5 and a 7. So that's 12 plus 14, so 26 slashing damage. And there's an additional. God, why do I always roll high on the whatever?
On the damage
9,
that's getting halved right now.
10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, plus 15 fire damage.
All right. It's certainly not as impressive as Sasha's casual feat, but it was still very substantial to where the Shadow Demon is basically shrinking back from one hit because you might have just chunked it for half its HP in one hit.
It's fine. That's my turn.
But it's certainly no Sasha feat of
See, I already killed
slicing.
one. I've got a kill count of 1 already.
Oh, we're just going straight to kill counts now, huh?
Alpha is helping.
It is also Alfir's turn if Stabum is not moving.
Alfir is gonna cast Zephyr Strike, so I can move without opportunity attack,
Okay.
and I'm gonna move there, and
Okay.
I'm gonna shoot the one Stabum already hit.
All right, go for it.
Sharpshooter, and I'm gonna use the spell or the Zephyr Strike to give myself advantage.
Okay. It's a lot of things happening.
21.
I want you to explain what exactly you do when Zephyr Strike happens. Like, what just happens with that? What do you do?
I don't know. It just says I move like the wind. You move like the wind until the spell ends. Your movement doesn't provoke opportunity attacks.
He
I
moves like the wind.
bullseye.
5 feet over.
It's
He
a gentle
literally just
breeze.
kind of moves so swiftly like the wind, casually walking 5 feet over Sasha to take a shot.
I blinked and he was gone.
Your attack does hit though.
Alright.
Would you like to roll your next attack as well, just to get out of the way?
Yeah, I could do that.
Which I believe is also under sharpshooter.
Yeah. 19.
That is also a hit. Does Zephyr Strike grant advantage on all of the attacks, or just the first one?
Just one.
Okay,
And then
so that
it
was
adds-
actually a 19 just from the... Nice! You actually rolled and hit off of your first hit without any modifiers. How do you feel?
Yeah, that was nice. So,
I feel bad for these guys.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Like, they're all in now too, aren't they?
I hear the math just being added up right now.
28 damage.
In and out, they said. 20-minute job, they said. Just a bunch of easy adventures, they
Your bow is
said.
magical, right?
Yep.
Alright. And it is just piercing damage?
Should have listened to my mom and stayed in Demon High.
Part of it's force damage.
Part of it is force damage.
One of the d8s, so that would have been. Let's go with the 5. One of the lower ones.
It doesn't matter. They know resist force damage.
Okay. And that's my turn.
Sox, have you seen that how to warlock video that I think I linked before?
I don't think I have.
Oh my god.
I'm probably breaking every rule around it though.
No. You probably didn't see it then.
I mean, yes, but also no.
So, yeah, the demon who basically has its demonic life flashing before its eyes is gonna take the disengage action and he's gonna phase through the wall. Later, guys.
I
Doesn't
think I still
Sentinel
get an
ignore that?
opportunity attack. Yeah.
He doesn't know that. You can still do the Sentinel. He's gonna try though.
Yeah, I'm opportunity attacking that.
Go for it.
You're not getting away that easy. Ooh, that's a crit.
Oh, this poor demon. How do you actually make people feel bad for demons? What the fuck?
I think I crit on 19, so let me double check.
I just want to say during this entire scuffle, that Punch'em has gotten to Basham and carried Basham out of his own tavern by this point.
I mean, she better be in fucking awe of the obliteration of some shadow demons.
These poor shadow demons.
Okay, so that
Oh, wait.
is
I forgot to add the sharpshooter. Oops.
14 plus 7,
well.
21.
Oh,
So
well,
that would have been.
Sharpshooter's another 10 damage. He's actually dead straight from that. Then never
Oh,
mind,
yeah,
Kit.
fine.
You don't have to. You don't have to. You don't have to attack.
Yeah, that
See
would have
how
been
it
an
is.
extra 20 damage. Because 2 sharpshooter attacks.
But because you forgot, Kit does get his attack. So
Yeah.
21. Well, 14 plus 7, so 21 slashing, and then 11 fire.
okay. He had 5 health left.
He does not anymore.
No, he's dead. The other Shadow Demon does not need to take the disengage action, and instead takes the dash action and goes the fuck away. And then when he's finally away from all of the blinding freaking light, he takes his fucking bonus action to hide and is officially gone and bye.
What was that
Jesus,
all
those
about?
demons were not prepared for that.
Fuck it, I'm sleeping with a nightlight on from now on.
2, what did we learn about feeding demon blood?
Your brother really imbibes. Cousin. Your cousin really imbibes.
It's hard to keep track.
It really is.
Tell me about it.
Alright, so that's basically your morning. Would you guys probably like to get some breakfast from behind the bar since
Anyone up for some bacon and eggs?
Sure.
There should be
Miser, I
muffins
would
under
like to
there
cook
too.
bacon and eggs for the party.
You're not exactly sure what you can use as a bacon substance, but there are surprisingly eggs. They just happen to be raw instead of like the normal eggs you're used to.
I think we can make these work.
And out of game question, Kit, would you like to stop or are you okay to continue?
She's asleep for now.
Is that saying you're okay to continue?
She's asleep for now.
I'm gonna remove all your freaking lights.
Can't do that. We're basically Jesus.
I'm really hoping that
Never
Kit
say
turned off
light
his
bulb. Never say light bulb around this group. All like just 3 or 4 people just immediately just blast a light spell
Need a light?
of some sort.
That was his thing.
Well, seems Aquarin isn't as safe as we thought.
Yeah, we should probably let Aaron Deere and Masham and everybody know.
I imagine Punch'em already has.
Probably, but we should probably still head there to try and come up with options.
Yeah. Maybe we should get all of them to adventures.
Adventure City have a lake or anything?
Probably they had that giant bridge over a canal.
That canal that splits heaven and hellside.
Yeah, that one.
And maybe the dock that's at the south of the city period.
Okay, yeah, that'll work.
Time to uproot Aquarin. I think it's the best option. Make our way to the mayor's office.
Are you all going?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So yes, Punchum did indeed make her way to the mayor's office as well. There is a still unconscious Basham kind of lounging in the chair that usually the cleric is in.
Get your demon blood
What?
from the demons.
They sort of dissipated in shadow. There wasn't anything left.
You didn't try hard enough.
I'm pretty sure I evaporated one of them.
Yeah.
I helped.
Is this where V is really feeling the pain of playing a ranger versus other higher DPS classes?
Maybe a little.
You just got to grow into it, man. At some point, you've seen me do all that math before. You know they can do the damage.
If I would have actually remembered to add the sharpshooter damage when I already took the -5, then that would have been 40 something instead of 20 something. But oh well.
Suffice to say, using player's handbook or monster manual characters against rolled PCs is a bad idea.
So who's all in here right now?
Basically the entire Stabum family, Arendira, and you guys.
You all have a fucking demon infestation.
Had.
Well, the one ran away, so
Okay. Have. But it's less bad than it was 10 minutes ago.
there might be more.
It's less bad than it was 10 minutes ago.
It's about 3 less than it was 10 minutes ago.
That is accurate.
Yep.
When we mean 3 less, we mean really, really less.
Yeah, there's nothing left.
Stabum gets knocked upside the head as Punchum says, "What the hell? You didn't get them all?"
I can only do so much. I killed 2 of them.
Did you kill the most?
Yes.
Damn right, wouldn't been my brother otherwise.
He needed a bit of help from the ranger.
Is
It
that
only
true?
counts as 1.
I helped.
Also, Sasha evaporated one with a sword. I evaporated another with a sword.
I summoned the lightsaber. And I turn it on. Really useful for shadow demons.
Apparently, they didn't like the light at all, so that's neat.
Any of you good at making light?
You see
Oh my
Masham
god.
go, "I'm excellent at making light. Look at this." And he casts Create Flame.
How bright is it?
He sets his desk on fire. It's very bright now. And Slash'em casts Create Water on top of the desk. It says, we've been over this, not in the city that you're supposed to be mayor of, you asshole."
Anyways, you guys have a demon infestation. Starting to think it's not safe around here.
Should probably go to Adventure City.
"Why?
Be able
We
to
can handle
find-
our own," says Masham.
I point to Basham.
I'm not carrying your fat ass corpse up the river.
Calling me fat? You're bigger than me.
It's because it's all muscle. You do nothing but sit on your ass all day.
It's
Reading
fat,
books.
and I know it. I know you eat a lot.
Your corpse, not mine.
Basham seems to think otherwise.
Slasham says, so if we're to have an exodus of all of the turtle here, I am assuming that you want the Sahagin to come with?
That would be a good idea. There's strength in numbers.
Mm-hmm.
And once you're in Adventure City,
And
you can split ways.
there's no way to hold here with our own army of turtle, especially if we made an alliance with the Sahagin.
I mean,
How good are
make an
you?
alliance with them, that's possible.
Yeah.
Do you have any
Also, what's your
magical weapons?
capability of preventing mind control magics?
What do you mean by mind control?
Well, Basham said some really strange things that were strangely reminiscent of things we've run into on the mainland.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
His eyes
What did
went
he say?
his eyes went very bright, and he said something on the lines of "You could die for our Lord Zeon."
He was also really high out of his mind.
Punchum speaks up and says, yeah, but didn't a demon pop out of him after that?
I mean, the two may or may not be related. We're not entirely sure.
What's the chances of mind control actually reaching down here?
I don't know how this shit works.
50-50, either it does or it doesn't.
He's not wrong. Math is sound.
So having the natural protection of the ocean won't just work in this?
I mean, the demons got down here, didn't they?
He's not
And
wrong.
even in this Adventure City place, we're still gonna have to basically be near the water. Is the water also shielded?
Yes, they have a magic bubble.
And it just stops the mind control.
Yep.
Yep.
Unless you happen to have any Tarask carcasses around here.
The fuck?
Yeah, no, I figured not.
It's like
It
a
was a long
giant
time.
turtle from Legend.
It's yeah. You remember that giant turtle that great grandma fought?
That wasn't a Tarrasque, that was a giant turtle.
Okay, well, it's like that. Any of those around here?
Of course not. That shit's
then-
dead and gone a long time ago. Like
You're out of
15
options.
greats ago. What do you mean out of options? Matcham speaks up again. What the hell are they doing with this Tarrasque whatever to make a bubble?
I don't know.
Is that what's
Witchcraft.
happening? That's what they're making the bubble with?
Witchcraft.
That seemed like what they said.
I see you still are referring to my art as witchcraft.
It's not wrong.
It's wrong on so many levels.
Punch him, is it, or is it not witchcraft?
Oh, it's witchcraft.
See? Are you gonna argue with punch him?
Slash'em actually pipes up and says, I wouldn't entirely say it's witchcraft, but the shit he does could probably be considered as such.
It's okay, Masham, I understand. They create sparklers using prestidigitation.
I see no point in moving when we have a perfectly defensible city right here. There's no mind control going on, and we got plenty big enough army of just our total brethren to defend this city.
Yeah, what would have happened to Basham if we weren't there?
He kind of looks at you and looks at Basham, and he goes, "I don't know. For what we know, he was hot before this, anyways. Something may just, I don't know."
Clearly, your guard is not vigilant enough to defend this city, as it stands. If you don't want to move, that's fine, but you need to bolster your numbers somehow.
Says the one who gave him demon blood.
They don't know that.
They don't know that.
They can't prove that.
I just wanted out there for posterity
I know.
that you're the reason.
I know.
They just don't know.
This may work in our favor. Who knows?
I don't have an argument for that one. I guess he'd be dead. But that's just one less problem. Punch him
Not
immediately.
wrong.
Punch him immediately. Goes and hits Smash him.
It's more than one punch.
No, Mash him's up.
No.
Wow, that really was one punch.
Shit. 2, you need to recalibrate.
I told you need to multiply by bullshit.
It seems like at this point, either teaming up with the Sahagin or leaving and going to Adventure City are the best options.
Arendira speaks up. I would think while he's out, we should just make this move start happening. And when it gets to a point where he can't do anything about it, he'll just go along anyways, or he'll be left by himself.
I'm okay with this.
Okay.
Alright, Stabum, you have the best reputation with the Sahajin.
How did that happen?
You're the best at charades.
Apparently. Better, they're all just the worst at it.
Alright, how do we go about this? Open the gate? The non-existent gates, because they've been in the city before?
Arendira, punch him and slash him all. Look at you. At you guys, at your group, basically, until you come up with a good plan for it.
Alright, kind of like the plan of we set up a settlement for them, call it a refugee camp, supply food, you work on learning to communicate. It'll take you about 250 days to have this be proper.
Somebody could go to Adventure City and see if they could find a scroll for Masham to learn that spell.
That would be good. Do we have any money we can send them with? How much would a scroll of that cost?
Probably 50 gold.
Alright. Why don't we give them more money than they need for this?
Yeah, probably.
Punch them, you seem to be like the most reliable one here.
That'd be slash him.
Yep.
Slash him, are you gonna leave the city?
I'm fine with this. I'm going to make sure Masham comes with, but yes.
Alright.
Dear God, don't burn down Adventure City.
I give Masham 150 gold. Or not Masham, Slash him. Give Slash him 150 gold. I say, this is to find that scroll that Masham needs to finally get along with Sajin. And then I guess we leave Punch'em in charge in the meantime, yeah?
We're all gonna die.
Slash him looks over to punch him
Or
and
Slash him. Yeah.
Slash him says, I think I will take the front on this one. Punch'em's probably going to be doing some more punching. And Puncham's
Okay.
like, damn straight, gotta round up the rest of the turtle.
One of you needs to fetch that scroll to get Masham on board. And you two seem like the only two that we can trust, because I really don't want to leave Basham in charge.
Speaking of Basham, he finally wakes up and is super groggy and goes, What? Why am I? What happened?
Way to take it
Why am I
back,
here?
Arandiro's in charge.
Arandira speaks up and says, I'm going to continue the rest of my trip home finally.
Fine,
And I would
Puncham's
have
in
liked
charge.
to travel with you guys at
Oh,
this
yeah.
point.
We have a boat. Well, we had a
We-
boat. I don't know if they stole my boat or not. We had two
Yeah, they
boats.
probably shouldn't take too much longer down here, because if they've been waiting up there for us this whole time.
Alright. Yeah. 150 gold to whoever goes to get the damn scroll so Masham can get along with everyone else. Slasham or Puncham is in charge until the other is back.
You'll want Slash'em in charge.
Alright, however that works out.
All we need to do now is enact the plan, Slasham says.
Just
Yep.
bring like a cart of to the Sahajin. I think that'll solve pretty much most problems that
Slasham
you have.
looks at Puncham and says, I know it's unlike me, but Masham and Basham are going to be a nuisance in this, so Puncham says, say no more, and walks over to the groggy as hell Basham and just kind of flicks his forehead and he's back out.
You're right.
Power of
You're
bullshit.
right about that bullshit.
Multiply
Power
by
of
bullshit.
bullshit.
Got it.
I am a
You
believer.
keep calling it bullshit, but you want one of these punches yourself? I got one lined up for you.
No, ma'am.
Hold on just a moment, and I summon two.
What the fuck?
I would like to learn the power of bullshit.
It ain't the power of bullshit. What the fuck are you?
I am
this is
too.
two.
Why? What happened to? What? Why?
It's a long story.
Half
Can you
witch.
teach me the
I will
power of
just look
bullshit?
at Punch'em. I will look at two, and I will just say half witch.
Never mind. We're good here. Let's go do that city planning evacuation thing.
Oh, I really wanted to learn.
Let's get moving.
Okay, Papa Alfir.
I am very confused about all that just transpired in that general vicinity. She kind of waves over in Two's direction.
Papa Alfir, I'm hungry.
We just ate. I'll hand to some rations.
Two's gonna sniff them and then tearily eat them.
I'm sorry, I don't have anything else right now.
So going about your plan takes up basically the rest of the afternoon into the evening, and well, the Sahagin and the turtle don't really care about swimming through the water in the dark, or if the light doesn't really hinder any of their traveling. So you guys are all of you, the party, Arandira, all of the Sahagin, and the massive amount of turtle that were in the city are all pretty much filed up in lines to exit the city.
Okay. And
And as you all leave, you all basically go your own separate ways. Basham is now awake and is going along with the plan, so he's swimming on his own Masham, on the other hand, is still being kept unconscious and just being carried by actually one of the Sahagin barons.
That's fine.
This is fine.
There isn't somebody that can cast water breathing on us so that we can get back up, right? Is there?
The two Sahagin priests do cast water breathing on your entire party, including Arandira. They also had their long rest, so they got their spells back.
Can't she shapeshift into a shark or something?
She can, but why does she need to?
Because it's cool.
And as you all exit and you four are swimming back to where you think your boat has been anchored, Alfir actually gets a message from Iris saying what was said in the game that Alfir has already heard, so don't need to repeat that. Alfir replies in kind, and then you guys finally make it up to the boat. There is only one boat there.
God damn it, they stole your boat.
Yeah, I think they're already on the island.
Papa, why is Mr. Stabum angry?
Because the other two stole the boat.
Why would they steal a boat?
It was your boat.
That's-
I had a boat?
I should mention that it also actually took you a little bit to find it because even though the ship was anchored, it has been moved off course. Only Stabum really knows this by a fair amount from where it actually was originally.
Oh.
Also, you won't actually know that other detail. Never mind.
Well, I'm gonna load my Bastila on the front of the boat.
Alper takes up his position on the mast.
Irandira sits next to Alfir and says, "Still a fear for you, huh?
Yep.
You
There
know,
is-
if you just trained in the druid ways, you could have been flying."
There is a very
It's-
wet Kenku hugging Alfir.
Yeah. Maybe becoming a druid would have been a better idea. Let's go.
Well, at this point, I'd say you've made the right choice for yourself. And Stabum, you've lost your lieutenant or whoever captain because
No.
it's currently not Sasha. But Irandira looks to you and says, "How may I help?"
We need to pilot this ship. You are now my first mate.
I'm not sure I need the title, but I'll definitely help
You are
you
now
out.
my first mate.
Okay,
Just-
what do I need to do to help you out?
I will instruct her in the ways of boating.
Give me an intelligence check.
11.
Okay. So you and her basically go back and forth for a little bit. She's like, "Oh, so the sail goes like this, and you anchor it in place like, and then you rotate it like this, and you're basically just kind of replying and kind of going, yes, that's exactly it. Like you completely 100% just know what you're doing." And because she just thinks you know, there's not really a deception check needed. So, you guys managed to sail off.
I mean,
in a
at this point, I
direction.
have a general idea of how to
In a
steer.
direction. It's actually kind of slow going because the ballista is very much so weighing down the front of your boat, which
It's not weighing anyone down.
Are we heading in the right direction?
which may
Yeah.
or may not have been lapping some water into the boat every now and then. It's nothing major. You might want to take care of it at some point.
Every now and then I'll use the bucket.
Wait, why are you using a bucket?
To get rid of the water.
Why is there
What?
water in the boat?
Because we're in the sea.
But the water's not supposed to be in the boat.
Yeah, that's
supposed to
why
be
I'm
out
using
of
the
the boat.
bucket.
How's...
It's supposed to be the bucket.
Let's just hurry up and get to the island.
So you guys do very clearly need rest again at this point. So are you going to set up watches, or are you going to try to sail through the night and make sure everything just works? How are you going to do it?
Well, the front
I'll
fell
take
off.
first watch.
That's a thing.
I'll take second watch while hugging the mast. I'll open my eyes though.
Arendira says, "I'll take the third watch then. I believe Stabum has instructed me enough to be able to sail the ship in a straight direction at least."
Yep. Yep.
Are we at least heading in the right direction right now?
Yep.
Can I make a check on that?
Sure, give me an intelligence check.
2 is just repeating.
Ooh, nat
Yep.
20.
Yep.
Uh, You know you're slightly off by, maybe an entire direction.
I will adjust us to go the correct direction.
Okay.
We just need to go in a straight line from here, and I will indicate the
So-
star to follow.
So we weren't going in the right direction.
Well,
Yep,
we
yep,
are
yep.
right now, and that's all that matters.
Alright. Guess I'll
Witchcraft.
try and
Close
sleep.
enough to the sea that we could just follow the sea around. Anyway, do we know what city the Rin and or Acorn and Angry Witch are at?
They didn't say.
Cool.
Would I have gotten the second one already?
I'm pretty sure those both happen pretty consecutively.
Okay. They did say something about Mako though, and that I'm not sure what city they would have gotten to.
Wait, they brought up my teacher?
Who's your teacher?
Mako is my teacher.
Yeah, they said he knew something about that form I was in when I first got to Aquarin.
What's a Maka?
Mako.
His name is Mako, or Damakos.
Damakos.
Mako for short. I know you have a way of changing names around. I expect you might not want to change his name.
Mako. Mako the taco.
Most
What's
likely, probably Mako the wolf, but we'll go with that for now,
Mako the taco.
until you see him.
Is he an even bigger wolf now?
If he's still trying to modify the size of his shifts, I would probably assume so. Oh, right. The last time you seen him, he was only like 20 feet tall, right?
Yeah, it's been a while.
Mako the big taco.
Yeah, his wolf form's about like maybe 50 feet now.
Mako Grande.
Wow. That's
Mako Grande.
Pretty sure his giant eagle form is even larger. Well, not larger than the wolf, but like even larger than it used to be too. Is Stavum going to be okay over there?
Mako Grande.
Mark Grande.
Mako Grande.
what language is that?
Marco Grande.
Stavum needs to rest now. We all need to rest now. 2, take your watch.
Marco Grande.
Yeah.
Alright, perception.
Perception check, yeah.
With disadvantage because it's night and I'm a bird.
Yep.
I'm like a bird, wanna fly away.
Also, is 2 going to keep the ship sailing straight?
No, 2's keeping watch on Alfir. Die. 12.
Alfir does not die on your watch.
That's good. 2 success. 2 wakes up second watch.
2 wakes up Alfir for second watch.
Papa Alfir, your turn.
Alright.
And then falls asleep in his lap.
You have tiny bird person sleeping in your lap. So now you're like awkwardly turned to the side, hugging the mast at the same time as having your lap open to be slept in.
Hmm. I guess I'll take my watch. Would I be able to at least try and tell if we're still going in the same direction as we were when I went to sleep?
You can give me a perception check and then a survival check.
19 for perception.
Okay.
And 25 for survival.
How badly did I fuck the boat?
Oh man, that's cool.
What?
Wait,
That is awesome. Holy shit.
did that just pop up?
I just wanted to see how big it was. That is huge. Holy shit.
What did Alfir see with his cat-like eyes?
A gold dragon flew above.
It's like the Ho-Oh from Pokemon in the first
Yup.
episode.
Holy hell, that was massive. I don't even have the grid turned on. That's just that huge. Oh, this one. Nope, still fucking huge. Holy shit. Dragons are massive.
Alfir with his cat eyes are watching a giant dragon battle in the sky.
It is freaking epic. Alfir has never been more afraid in his life, though. He has pissed himself quite a few times at this point. To his swimming.
Bucket for more than just water.
Alfir, you're getting dehydrated for some reason.
Quick, drink the bucket water.
So, that was a 19 for perception and a 25 for survival.
So your watch goes by uninterrupted as well, and you can tell that Stabum sleeping while holding the thing hasn't really veered very far off course at all, and it seems like it's still generally the correct direction.
Okay. Then I'll wake up Arendir for the third watch.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you. Have the mask tighter and try and go back to sleep.
She gives you a head pat infused with a spell that immediately makes you sleepy. Unless you choose to resist it.
Nope.
And you're sleeping.
Did she calm his emotions?
Maybe. Oh, damn. If anyone was to have the cat eyes, it would definitely be Arendera, because nat 20.
Nat 20 as a druid.
Yup. So that dragon battle she sees in the sky, oh, it's super clear to her.
It's like, huh, they're at it again.
Oh, even better.
I'm gonna have a narrative for these dragons now.
Oh, they're gonna end up in the game somewhere. I have them.
Jesus.
They are able to be used. Oh, I can go even better than those ones. All right, I gotta place them on the map just to see. That is actually bigger. What the fuck?
Yeah, no, if we find one of those and we're not level 18 or higher, we're not.
Level
Just
20.
gonna run away?
Yes, I will abandon the party.
I
For
require
a
the
reason.
spell that lets me see 6 seconds in the future and get advantage on everything. Thank you. For
Oh,
8
you
hours.
know, just passively has a 30 to strength. That's okay.
Yeah, it's normal.
That's more than a storm giant.
That is so awesome. So the monster manual was a good buy for Roll20, just saying.
Yeah,
Anyways.
Yep.
Arendira's watch seemingly goes by uninterrupted as well, and she wakes up Stabham for his last watch. She says, "You've been holding on to the rudder the entire night. I'm surprised we've been going the correct direction."
I am a very good admiral.
2 took
They
first
do not
watch.
call me Admiral Stabham for nothing.
2 took first watch.
I imagine you've got some skill here. I'll give you that. I'm gonna go get the rest of my sleep though.
That is a good idea. Stabham's gotta wonder how the hell he managed to keep the boat straight. It must be his great uncle's blood kicking in.
The better question is, what do Stabham's turtle eye sees?
Yeah, you didn't tie off the rudder at all. You just like fell asleep holding it.
My eyes see. Oh God! So I rolled a 20 and I rolled a 1. 28. So 28 is what they see.
Wait, I thought you rolled a 1.
I also rolled a 20.
He has advantage on perception checks.
Does he have night vision?
I have a shield. And also a really bright sword.
Did you light up the sword to have your perception check?
Maybe.
Your 20 seems like it was your first roll regardless. You don't have disadvantage, but you didn't have advantage either, so we'll just give you the
okay.
20 anyways. So yeah, that ancient dragon fight in the sky, you also see it. It's amazing. And I don't know if turtles can piss themselves, but it happened. No.
Stabham turns off his light. Just, no. Quick.
So 3 people on a boat saw this massive dragon fight, and there was 2.
2 had first watch.
2 took first watch.
2 was keeping an eye on Alfir.
I'm not gonna say
2
anything
did
about the
good
giant
job.
dragon fight because it doesn't matter, even if I tell
Um,
anyone.
And then morning happens. And Stabham's still kind of wondering how he kept the boat straight. Is managing to, continue to do so. And you can see Tabaxi Island in the distance at this point. It's probably a good fair amount of time till you actually make it to it. You might make it there around afternoon, evening-ish.
Cool. And once we get there, we just need to follow the coast.
And at this point, Two's entire form begins to erupt in light. Two actually sees this herself and doesn't really know what's going on. Sasha also doesn't really know what's going on. And
Papa, I'm
stealing
scared.
Sasha and Two to Whispers for a second. V and Kit, that's actually, I'm going to call game here for now. So, Kit, you're definitely free to go. I am going to steal Socks for Whispers, though.
Goodbye.
Right.
Farewell. Auf Wiedersehen. Goodbye.
Level 10?
No.
Damn.
Level 11.
Actually, yes, you guys get level 10. I'll tell Socks.
Sweet.
Nice. I guess I shall end the stream then.